All right, welcome back to the channel. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We got the boxing going on this boxing news going on this morning. Basili pulled out, and so it looks like we're gonna get that fight that should have been happened. Excellent, excellent, excellent news for Devin Haney and Devin Haney fans, provided the fight actually goes through with all these flip flops and stuff. I will definitely hold my now I ain't holding nothing. This guy's got to fight Devin Haney. There ain't no way he's gonna get out of that. There ain't nowhere else to go. Be Easy in the building said, Grand Risings, Martin. Blessings, my friend. Looking forward to chopping it up with you with the gurus today. Yes, sir, man. And again, man, thank you for the email. Just a fan said, what's going on with you, man? Good morning to you. Caesar AMG in the building. What's happening with you? Freddie Jimenez, what's good? Ray Patterson, what's happening with you, man? Caesar TAMG said, was watching fights from Pepino Cuevas last night. The welterweight from the 70s dude was a bone crusher. Yeah, man, I got to check him out, man. I mean, I've seen some Pepino Cuevas, but I haven't watched enough. I might actually watch him boxing, some old school boxing later today. David Castro in the building. What's going on, man? Full movie episode. What's good, man? Yep, absolutely. Y'all hit that like button on your way in the door, man. Z Rich in the building. What's happening with you? Said, hey, what up, Fanon International Boxing? Can't wait for Devin to go to Kambosos' backyard and take his belts, just like Arrow went and took Kell Brook in his backyard. Should be a good fight. Yeah, it should be a good fight. But honestly, man, it should be a fight that Devin Haney wins with no problem. I think he's a different level fighter than George Kambosos is. So to me, the only question about that fight is whether or not he's going to get, ridiculous home cooking. That's it. Other than that, man, I can't see him beating him. But, maybe I'll go back and look at a little bit more at George Kambosos and earn a little bit more respect for him, man. I don't know, man. I'm just not a big fan. Don't think the dude is tremendous. I don't think he's a super high level fighter. But I could be wrong, man. However, wherever way it goes, man, like I put in the thumbnail, and the new. if they don't cheat him, and the new. Devin Haney's too good for him, man. Jackie Hernandez. Hey, Jackie, thank you for warming up the super chat this morning. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. How you doing this morning? Let me see. Let me look and see if I can see the sticker. I like the stickers, man. And, kisses to you as well. Hope you well. And thank you so much for supporting the channel. It definitely goes a long way. Thank you, Jackie Hernandez. Vladimir's dad in the building. What's going on, man? Texas OG, what's good? I'm chilling, man, this morning. I slept in a little bit late. My eyes may be a little bit puffy, But, that's it. We just over here talking boxing, working, trying to spread the word about the great sport of boxing. You know how it goes. My man, and good morning to you, Miss Hernandez. Mike Rhyme in the building. What's happening, man? Manny 209. Curtis Sewell in the building. Schmurda X, what's happening with you? George's about to get some work. Yeah, I just can't see him winning that fight, man. But hey, he's taking the fight, so hats off to him. Like, seriously, man, my hat goes off to him. He could definitely sit down and go fight somebody else and, go fight a smaller fight, man. But he says, hey, man, I want to be the king of the world, and he's going for it. I like it. I think that's refreshing, man. He's acting like a real champion. He's got a dude right there. He doesn't say, what do you have to offer me and all of this and all of that. He's like, hey, man, I'm going to be, if you think you're the best guy. He was going to fight Lomachenko. That was a little, whatever, but he's right back to it. So got to give that man credit for doing that, However, I don't think he's winning that fight. I don't think this is Shakur Stevenson, Oscar Valdez type situation, Schmurda said, George about to get some work. You know that. Be Easy said, when you watch some old school boxing tonight, look at some Terry Norris. He was a beast in his career. Actually, that's who I'm going to watch. I'm going to look at Terry Norris, and I'm going to also look at God, man, what is my man? Mike McCallum. Terry Norris and Mike McCallum. Those are the guys that I'm going to study. I'm going to look at those dudes and learn their career and watch their fights, so I can speak in an educated fashion on Terry Norris. I'm sick of Errol Spence Jr. knowing more about Terry Norris than I do. That's just a shame. He shouldn't know more about Terry Norris than me. And quiet as kept, man. He's a real student of the game, man. John Snow in the building. What's going on, man? Say Caesar TMG said Devin's boiling the water over there. Hey man, he's about to get that money, because then he becomes undisputed, and then what's the excuses? Ain't no excuses then. Gotta fight the dude. Ernie V, what's going on, brother? How you feeling this morning? Javier said, I hope Dev doesn't do a lot of running to make a good fight. To see, nah, man. I hope he sticks and moves and sticks and moves and sticks and moves and wins that fight. If he sits there and exchanges a bunch of punches with George Kambosos, that's a recipe to lose. Because they'll be like, oh, the fight was way closer than we thought it was. And oh man, look at the work George did. And man, he need to shut George down, take a step back, punch him in the mouth, take a step back again, punch him in the gut. You know what I mean? Rinse and repeat over and over and over again, and make sure that dude don't touch him and you keep hitting him. And other than that, sitting there and trying to make a firefight with him, no way. Because what's going to happen is you're going to have a lot of conversations like where Errol Spence Jr. did with Sean Porter, trying to prove a point with Sean Porter. And that was a split decision. I think it was a split decision to win him, or a majority decision, something like that. No, man, you do that. If he does that over there in Australia, that's not a good thing, man. That's a recipe to get robbed. Anytime George Kambosos looks halfway decent in a round is a way to have them guys be like, we want him to keep this belt. Do you see all these people in the stands? Do you see all this money we're making? We need to do another one. That type of move. Nah, man, you need to beat that dude, man. Keith Nolan in the building. What's going on? Say good morning, Fanon. Gratitude for this boxing talk. The best channel. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that, man. Spread the word, Spread the word about the channel and watch the videos. But, man, let me go down here, man. Benjamin Newsom in the building. What's going on, Anthony A.? Justin Booker in the building. What's happening, man? Black Fonz. Malcolm Chai in the building. What's happening? My man Anthony A, man, much love in that super chat, bros. He said, blessings to you, bro. Appreciate your channel. Thank you, Anthony A. Man, thank you so much, man. That support and the super chat means a lot. And the Cash App, it means a lot. Thank you guys so much, and continue to support the channel in this raggedy dry time of boxing, man, where there's not all that much. There's a bunch of bones to be picked over as far as boxing conversations go, but we hanging in here, man, and we loving it. What's going on? Jason Jones in the building. Kambosos will fight any of them. He doesn't care about the O like all the others. Hey, I don't know if all the others care, but I'm glad he did it, man. I'm glad he did it. Hey, Asante L, you can't say he's ducking now that he took the fight. If he took the fight, he wasn't ducking. He took the fight. Was ducking don't matter if he takes the fight. It's out the window now. You know what I mean? If he takes a fight, it's out the window. But I will say this: he still got to actually take the fight, though. The fight still has to be made. You know what I mean? No funny conversations about Okay, yeah, you got that. Hold on one second. Anyway, Julian the Hawk Jackson. Yeah, him too. He's somebody else's excellent fighter that I gotta check out, man. Aussies don't think like the US and Matchroom in the UK and protect their fighters and keep their zeros. Their Aussies are a different breed. Jason Jones, don't get carried away. Different breed of what? Don't get carried away, man. Y'all ain't no like boxing powerhouse now. Okay, you guys for the most part will fight anybody because you don't have a choice. All right, don't act like Australian boxing's on some other level, Jason Jones. All right, please do not. Your boy Jeff Horn had to get pulled into that ring with Terrence Crawford. He wasn't trying to do that. Okay, don't act like Jeff Horn was trying to fight Terrence Crawford. That fight was mandated, and he took a raggedy fight ahead of that. Don't get cocky, Australia. You got how many good fighters have you had? Yeah, it cost the zoo. It cost the zoo. Come on, man. Don't get crazy now trying to dog out American fighters like that, because that's not the case. Whole bunch of American fighters fight everybody. Deontay Wilder fought everybody. Errol Spence Jr. fights everybody. There's a whole bunch of cats who will fight. Jermell Charlo has fought everybody. There's not Americans sitting there trying to defend O's. They fight tough competition. There's certain prima donnas that don't fight, that pick and choose at what they want to do. But come on, man, don't get carried away with Australia. You know what I mean? Hey, don't come over here with all of that now. That ain't what it is, man. Robert Allen, hey, all Devin Haney need to do is a little more power. Precision translates into power. Look at Floyd. Yeah, I don't know if he has it though. I just don't think he has the power. And therein lies the mystery for the fight. And that's it. Other than that, I don't think it's much of a mystery. I think Devin Haney would have done Teofimo Lopez worse. You know? Kambosos is embarrassing Aussies right now. He talks a lot. The Maloney's mothers from Australia. Hey, I ain't got nothing. Hey, Javier Martinez said Kamsosos is Russian. Kamsosos is out of Australia, though. He's definitely he may be Russian, but he fought out of Australia. That's why Tim Tszyu is out of Australia. Kamsosos came out of Australia. Who else came out of there? Kamsosos came out of there. Yeah, there's some other fighters, man, whose name's skipping me, man. Yeah, Joseph Parker's from New Zealand, but I think that's by Australia. They sound Australian. But whatever, I ain't really bugging on the whole notion about Australian boxing. Like, they got some good fighters there for sure. Anthony Mundine at a point in time was a serviceable fighter, right? There was another guy, man, what is his name? Jeff something or other. Not Jeff Horn. Yeah, Finich. Finich was who I was looking for. Yeah, absolutely. Finich. So you guys have some Australian fighters come out, that are decent fighters. No world beaters. You know what I mean? No top-notch type cats. So, but you know what? The Australian I like Tim Tszyu. Tim Tszyu is coming out here to fight in Minneapolis against Goshaw. No, not even playing. Daniel Gale. Australian Danny Green KO'd Roy Jones Jr. Yeah, come on, man. Don't pull out that. Don't come out here trying to hurt my feelings, man. You know what I mean? Don't come out here trying to hurt my feelings with that one. Victor Archinian. Oh, is Victor Archinian? Oh, well, Victor Archinian was a beast, man. I like Victor Archinian. Yeah, what's my guy that was on the channel the other day, man? Was talking up Vic Darchinian. Yeah, Vic Darchinian did all right till he got up to 118 and ran into Nonito Donaire and got clipped, But it is what they say. Yeah, Roy was way past his prime. Yeah, I know. But, that's how they do people. Like, Roy loses when he's older, and all of a sudden, you got people screaming out loud, don't ever compare any... Man. Man. Dog said, do not... Hey, I saw this thing, man. I'm not... It's a good channel and all that, man. No, definitely never diss on this channel. I like this channel a lot. But, man, something's like, you cannot compare anybody but Floyd Mayweather Jr. to Canelo Alvarez. That's it. Nobody compares to Canelo Alvarez other than Floyd Mayweather Jr. And I was like, are you real? You don't think Andre Ward compares to Canelo? Sugar Ray Leonard doesn't compare to Canelo? Sugar Ray Robinson don't compare to Canelo? Ali don't compare to Canelo? Doesn't compare to Canelo? Larry Holmes don't compare to Canelo? Sugar Ray Robinson, Henry Armstrong, none of those guys compare to Canelo? You think you're getting a little overcarried? You think you're getting a little carried away, my friend? There ain't no four kings. Hey, TJ Loves Sports, man. Thank you so much for the support in that super chat. TJ, appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much for your support in that super chat, man. That really does mean a lot. Thank you. That's what keeps the channel going. Thank you very much. Cannot tell you how much I appreciate it, man. Joseph McKnight in the building. What's going on, man? Thank you, man. I appreciate you saying that about the comment. Oh, yeah, but you know what it is, man. I'm telling you, man, cats get carried away. It's like I told my man yesterday. Cats get carried away in the moment. They get carried away in the moment. Because honestly, dude, I could say all kind of cats that, man, Canelo ain't fought nobody in a minute, man. Like, he ain't fought anybody in a minute. Dude, there's a bunch of fighters that compare to Canelo. What Canelo Alvarez is doing in the ring is a whole bunch of fighters compared to Canelo. A lot. Not even a few. A bunch. You know what I mean? A bunch. That dude is not he's not top 50 all time. I promise you. I'm going to tell you this for sure. If you have scrapbook boxing, put his favorite 100 fighters, his best 100 fighters in the history of boxing, I'm going to tell you, man, Canelo Alvarez is not going to be in that top 50. He doesn't compare to Harry Greb. He doesn't compare to Harry Greb. He doesn't compare to Sam Langford. You know what I mean? Not what that guy did at the time. He said not since Floyd. What do you mean? So you mean the best active fighter? Then Benjamin Newsom, just say the best active fighter. Clarified it because Floyd's not active. Okay? Floyd is not active. He's not an active fighter. So if all I hear is you can't employ anybody to Canelo, and I'm like, I can compare a whole bunch of people to Canelo. I can name a dude that's got a way better career than Canelo has. Way better. His name is Cassius, started off as Cassius Clay. Way better career, dude. Way, not even in the, dog, you can't even, come on, please. You know what I mean? It's not even close. That's what I heard. Like, when I heard it, I was like, man, come on, man. You serious? Nobody but Floyd? Man, you got to correct that, dog. You know what I mean? Nobody in this. And on top of it, dude, what about Manny Pacquiao? What about Manny Pacquiao? Manny Pacquiao most definitely compares to him, man. Juan Mendoza, salty? Yeah, I'm very, very salty. Stupidity makes me salty. Yes, stupidity makes me salty. Absolutely, dog. Stupidity causes high blood pressure, dude. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, I'm salty about that. Don't disrespect cats, man. That is stupid. Do you think that nobody compares to Canelo Alvarez in history of boxing? Stop, shut up. You're just, come on, man. Stop jocking the man like that. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say Pacquiao is better, but you can compare his career easily. And he literally just stopped fighting since Floyd. Yes, you can easily compare Manny Pacquiao's career to Canelo Alvarez. In every sense of the word, you can. And he learned from his losses. And don't say he lost a bunch, because then I'll say, oh, he learned from his loss. He learned from his losses. Man, I'm trying to tell you, dog, it's every time there gets to be a really big star, they got a large contingent of fans that believe anything. That is just silly, man. Anyway, definitely a very, very good fighter, though. Very, very good fighter, man, without a doubt, man. Terry Schmoo, Canelo has surpassed everyone in history. Dog, that's amazing to me, man. Joseph Murdoch said, why don't you like foreign fighters? Why do you say, hey, Joseph Murdoch, answer a question. Why do you say stupid shit? And then once you tell me why you say stupidity like that, you know, then you can ask me a question that I'm going to answer, because that's ridiculous, dude. Why don't I like foreign fighters? Why don't I like which foreign fighter? Why don't I like American fighters? Because I can name a whole bunch of American fighters I don't like, man. Whole bunch of American fighters I don't like. That doesn't mean I don't like all American fighters. I can name a whole bunch of foreign fighters that I like a lot. Derek Chisora. Huge fan of Derek Chisora. Go Derek Chisora. Everything that's right in boxing. There, Warrior, Derek Chisora. Keith Nolan holding down the chat. Thank you, brother. Fanon, I think your analysis from several shows back is accurate. Basically, people don't remember belts and weight classes. They remember great fights. If Canelo don't fight anybody, he will be forgotten quick. I'm telling you, he's gonna. No fights. Much love in that super chat. I'm telling you. He's gonna tell you. I'm telling you. It's gonna be like, all right. Yeah. Canelo's a really good fighter. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's a good fighter. Yeah, absolutely. Made a lot of money. Whole bunch of people didn't fight. He's just not in a good time in boxing. Like, dang, not even like Larry Holmes, man. Like Larry Holmes, you would look back and be like, man, he had a lot of good fights. Who would be like that? Like the Klitschko's. Yeah, kind of like the Klitschko's. Kind of like Vladimir Klitschko. Like, yeah, man, no great fights. And only the biggest fights he had, he lost. Like Vladimir. Hey, man, Mike Kirkland said, I would have bet anything that Loma was going to get Kambosos. Do you think Haney can stop Kambosos? No, I do not think he can stop him. And you would have made that money right if there wasn't a war in the Ukraine. Because no doubt that was not going to happen if there wasn't a war in the Ukraine. Much love in that super chat, brother. He said, oh, that's crazy. He said he is trolling. He is trolling for not. Oh, he admitted it. He's trolling. Yeah, okay, thank you. I knew you trolling. Why don't you like any foreign fighters? Like, man, come on, man. Stop trying to do me dirty like that. He will be forgotten. He is the best fighter of this era. Okay, yeah, exactly. He'll be forgotten. Who was the best in the 19? Hey, let me tell you something. Joseph Murdoch. Who was the best middleweight in the 1960s? And he ain't the best fighter of this era. By the way, that is yet to be determined. I don't think Canelo Alvarez has been the best fighter ever in his whole time that he's been in boxing. And by the way, he's got 60 fights. He's been a professional since the early for like 18 years. Canelo Alvarez has never, in my opinion, never been the best fighter in boxing. Always one of the top 3 or 4 fighters in boxing, but never the best fighter in boxing. I don't think he's the best fighter in boxing right now. I think it's Terrence Crawford. And I think Errol Spence Jr. is fighting better, and I think Errol Spence Jr. is fighting better competition. For me, if Errol can get past Yordenis Ugas and gets past Terrence Crawford, the number 1 fighter in this era will be Errol Spence and not Canelo Alvarez. Because Canelo Alvarez isn't fighting anybody. Nobody deserves a fight with him. You can all the worship for how much money he's making and the fan base aside, but you can't tell me he's beating anybody. All you guys can tell me is who doesn't deserve a fight with him. That's it. Jamal Charlo doesn't deserve a fight with him because he's not done anything. Okay, you can have that. Beterbiev does. I mean, what's his name? Benavidez does not deserve a fight with him because he hasn't beaten anybody. Okay, you got that. Demetrius Andrade does not deserve a fight with him. Okay, you can have that as well. So let's look at who he's actually fighting. And you're telling me any of these guys are like world-beating guys that you're going to remember for a long time that he beat? The Callum Smith fight? I mean, seriously. Daniel, and I'm being serious. Not joking, not trying to tear the man down. I'm literally telling you, dude, if anybody else was fighting those names, you wouldn't give them credit. No way. If Bernard Hopkins had beaten Callum Smith, Billy Joe Saunders, Yildirim, Rocky Fielding, and Caleb Plant, you and Bivol, you'd have given no credit. None. Andre Ward did beat Sergey Kovalev, and you give him no credit. So let's just assume Andre Ward beat all those people. You wouldn't give him any credit. And on top of that, Andre Ward has actually beaten better people because he beat Kessler. He beat Kessler and he beat Froch. Kessler and Froch were legitimate top-level 168 pounders that he fought in a tournament. In that Big Six tournament, you gave him no credit for that. Give him no credit for Sergey Kovalev. Who gets credit for Billy Joe Saunders and Callum Smith? Seriously, you think 10 years from now, people are going to be looking back like, man, whoa, that Callum Smith. Whoa, that Yildirim. Whoa, that Bivol. No, man, yeah, that's the moment that you know who they are right now. All of the guys that he's fighting right now will all be forgotten. None of those guys are Hall of Fame fighters. None of them, in my opinion, are top-level talent. None of them. Some of them are just UK domestic level fighters that you're giving a guy a lot of credit because he won the belts associated with him. Right now, you're selling the idea of all the belts that he's winning, not the fighters he's beaten for the fights. All right, and you can and since you want to trash Charlo, throw Charlo in there too. Great, Charlo don't count, Benavidez don't count, Andrade don't count because they're nobodies as well. All those dudes are a bunch of nobodies. But you can't say that. You can't say that about Errol Spence, because Errol Spence has beaten multiple guys that are going to go to the Hall of Fame. Right? Very solid fighters like Kell Brook. He beat a solid Kell Brook. He beat a very solid Sean Porter. He beat a very solid Danny Garcia. Guys that you know, independent of the fight with Errol Spence Jr., you know all of those fighters. You've seen all of those fighters. They have all proven by fighting other fighters that they're top-notch fighters. Danny Garcia knocked out Lucas Matisse, and you beat Lucas Matisse, knocked out Amir Khan, was a unified champion at 140 pounds, put on solid fights with both Sean Porter and Keith Thurman. You know those guys are legitimate fighters, man. Same thing goes if he winds up fighting Keith Thurman and beats Keith Thurman. That means he's beaten all the top guys in his weight class. That goes further. But listen to all the other guys. What fights can you name for Floyd, right? Where's the Manny Pacquiao fight for Canelo? Where's the Julio Luis Castillo fight for Canelo? Where's the Diego Corrales for Canelo? Where are those fights? Where's the Juan Manuel Marquez for Canelo? Where are they? They're not there because he's taken a pass for the last 3 years. And you can say what you want. I don't have to, and it doesn't even matter if take those other guys out of the equation and let them say, oh, they didn't deserve the fights. But that leaves you with the guys that he's actually fighting, and you guys are selling those fights. Those fights are not fights that anybody's looking forward to. Nobody woke up at the beginning of the year saying, oh my God, I can't wait till Canelo fights Bivol and a 50-year-old Gennady Golovkin this year. Nobody asked for that crap. You know what I mean? Nobody asked for that. I'm telling you, man, no, man. You can say that I'm hating. You can say whatever, man. I'm telling you right now, bro. Joseph Baines, will you finally credit Canelo when he gets undisputed at 175? Ward fought Euro bums. If Charlo had Canelo's career, he would be your god. Get out of here. For what? First of all, if Charlo had Canelo's career, I would tell Charlo to fight Canelo, is what I would say. If Charlo had lost to Floyd Mayweather Jr., we wouldn't even be talking about him. If Charlo had lost to Erislandy Lara would have got the call. If Charlo would have lost and had that fight with Austin Trout, I would be saying the same thing. Damn, you lost to a blown-up featherweight. Dang, you got a gift decision against Erislandy Lara. Dang, you got a gift decision against Austin Trout. And then you went off and you fought a bunch of European fighters that I didn't care about, and you refused to fight Canelo. And you refused to fight Benavidez. And you refused to fight Andrade. I'd be saying the same thing. That's you that's you with that crap. I'm not telling you Charlo's the greatest fighter in all of this. If Charlo didn't fight the guy, I'd say he didn't fight the guy. Why would I say anything different? I don't feel like having somebody like me jumping down my throat saying stupid shit. I'm just telling you the flat out truth. If Charlo had Canelo's career, I probably wouldn't like Charlo because I would say, damn, Charlo tested positive for steroids. Charlo was absolutely juicing out here, and they changed the rules for the man. Oh, man, Charlo had Canelo Alvarez as his mandatory, and then the WBC gives him a franchise belt, and he moves weight classes and won't fight him. That's what I would be saying if Canelo had Charlo's career. You know why? Charlo had Canelo's career. You know why? Because that's Canelo's career, and I like Canelo. I didn't like Charlo. I've been told you that. I did not like Charlo. I liked Canelo. The first guy that I was a fan of was Canelo, not Charlo. And on the top of it, Joseph Murdoch, I'm not even that big on Charlo. I think he should fight Andrade. You got me twisted, dude. I'm just being honest. And you guys are just celebrating a media machine. You're happy though, man. Look how huge his name is. And I don't care about all that. How much money he makes doesn't make any difference to me. How many belts he has doesn't make any difference to me. The only thing that makes difference to me is what fight am I going to watch next. That's it. What fight am I going to watch next? I don't care about a Bivol fight any more than I care about a Selecki fight. To me, those fights, there's no difference between those two fights to me, between Selecki and Bivol. The only difference is Selecki doesn't have Ryorda's belt. That's it. He doesn't have Ryorda. He doesn't have one of those titles. That's it. Selecki could fight if Selecki fought against some Saddam Ali and gotten himself a WBA belt. There would be no daggone difference between Bivol and that dude, in my opinion, as far as those fight goes. Maurice Selecki ain't got no real chance of beating Charlo, and Bivol ain't got no real chance of beating Canelo, and you know it. But it's okay when Canelo does it because he's going for the belts. Oh, when he's undisputed at 175, dude, when he fights Beterbiev, wake me up. Okay? If he fights Beterbiev, wake me up. Okay, yeah, he's fighting Beterbiev. I would be interested in that fight. I'd be like, man, he's fighting Beterbiev. That's the best guy at 175. What do I care if he's fighting the second and third best guy at 175? What do I care if he fights the third best guy at 175? Because Bivol is probably the third best guy at 175. What? Do you care about that fight? You wanted that fight? Man, y'all just be lying, man, and trying to support cats for the hell of doing it. I'm not going to do it, man. Seriously. I'm telling you the flat out truth. I liked Canelo, and quite honestly, I like Canelo, still like Canelo more than I like Charlo. However, he did test positive for steroids. He did lose to a blown-up featherweight. He did get a gift decision against Lara. Those are just facts. Facts. Okay? Facts. He had a good fight with the last half-decent fighter he fought, which is Danny Jacobs. The last halfway decent fighter he fought was Daniel Jacobs. And skip Caleb Plant too. I ain't never said Caleb Plant was black. I don't understand where that crap came from. Caleb Plant was a guy that cannot punch. Anyway, much love. Appreciate you, bro. P. Johnson, Spence's resume better than Canelo. Is that what you're saying? No, it's not what I'm saying. I'm telling you right now, he is fighting better competition than Canelo is. That's what I'm saying. Canelo has 60 fights. Errol Spence Jr. has like 27 fights. The difference between 27 fights and 60 fights is 33 fights. So while Canelo Alvarez has been a pro for a very long time, he did not just come out. What I'm saying is, since he fought Gennady Golovkin, he has had one fight that I was halfway interested in. Errol Spence Jr. is literally fighting everybody in that weight class and attempting to clear out that weight class. That's what I'm saying. You don't have to try to paraphrase it into something you can argue with, man. Okay? Let me paraphrase what you say and make it and turn it into something that I can argue with. Are you saying he has a better resume? Man, what I'm telling you is I care more about the Ugas fight than I care about the Bivol fight. I cared more about the Danny Garcia fight, him coming off an accident and going straight to Danny Garcia, than I did about the Caleb Plant fight. I cared more about the daggone Lamont Peterson fight, which he just took because that's the only one he could get over the Yildirim fight. That's what I'm saying. Canelo ain't fighting cats that I care about seeing. And you can't tell me he's fighting guys that you want to see either. You just want to see him fight. See the difference? I want to see him in a fight that I want to see. I want to actually see a fight that I'm interested in. You want to see a fighter you're interested in. So as long as Canelo's fighting, you're happy with it. Doesn't matter who he's fighting, as long as it's Canelo walking through the ropes. Then, hey, that's a great fight for me because I get to see and root for Canelo beating up somebody that has no chance. I don't want to see that. It's a waste of my time. I want to see him fight somebody that's a big fight. That's an interesting fight. Something that is like, man, can he beat him? I think he can beat him, but I'm not sure. Because this guy is a good fighter, man. Wow. Let's see what happens. Oh, man. Canelo he knocked out Jamal Charlo. Man, Canelo's the real deal. You can say that. Man, Canelo beat on on Callum Smith's arms. He punched him in the arms. I mean, dude, seriously, man. How bad a fighter is Callum Smith to get beat up so bad on the arm, he gets a hematoma on his arm from standing like this all around and making sure he doesn't get hit in the chin. And then, man, just stop. You guys just want to see a fighter fight. That's the difference. I just want to see my guy fight. That's it. I don't care who he fights. As long as he steps in the ring, that's legacy. You know what I'm saying, man? Get out of here with all of that, man. Anyway, that's my take, bro. Oh, Jason Murdoch said, check your super chat. Yes, brother. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm on one today, man. Hold on. I think I got that. Oh, Anthony A said, I agree, bro. Spence is fighting better competition. He's definitely fighting better competition. Definitely fighting better competition. Definitely fighting better competition. George Kambosos is fighting better competition. At this point, George Kambosos is fighting better competition than Canelo is. Right? Isn't he? Who else is fighting better competition? I think who else is fighting better competition than Canelo? I just don't like. That's all I'm saying. Charlo's a fraud. Yeah, okay. Charlo's a fraud. I got you. So don't fight him so he can go fight Bivol. As if Bivol isn't. You know what I'm saying? As if Bivol isn't. As if Bivol is just some guy you've been waiting around to see a fight with. You stop lying, man. You trying to tell me, honestly trying to tell me that you think, yeah, Javier Ortega, yeah, Ugas is better than Bivol. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Ugas is better than Bivol. Absolutely, he's better than Bivol. Absolutely, he's better than Bivol. Man, Bivol is a top 10 pound for pound. Exactly. What's going on? In a way, yeah, I mean, I don't know. In a way, probably is too. Jermell definitely is. Jermell Charlo's definitely fighting better competition than Canelo is. Over the last several years, definitely fought better competition. No, I'm not tripping. I'm telling you the truth. Milos, Basov, get out, man. B-ball, and stop that, man. You know what I mean? Just stop it. I'm not interested in it. Anyway, honestly, Devin Haney's the truth. Yeah, he's a very good fighter, man. Devin Haney is a very good fighter. Don't sleep on Bivol. Man, I'm fully on Bivol. Okay? I am I'm not a dude. Seriously, get past the no-dos when that fight comes up. I am dead asleep on Bivol. Dead asleep on Bivol. Definitely sleep on Bivol. Bivol pound for pound, what? Man, stop that, dog. Y'all, all of a sudden, a fighter that you don't think, man, please. I'm telling you, I'll do what y'all do. If Jermall Charlo moved up and fought Bivol at 175 and beat him, you'd still say he don't deserve to fight. Get out of here, man. Anyway, hey, man, again, man, much love to everybody in the Super Chat and in the Cash App. You guys really do make the channel go. It is greatly, greatly appreciated. I don't think that I missed anybody. But Mo Price said, I assume that fight with Mikey Garcia was a money grab because in my opinion, that does nothing for Spence's resume. Let me tell you what it was. It was a guy moving up in weight to challenge him to a fight because he couldn't get the Sean Porter fight. That's it. But guess what? It's still a better fight. Mikey Garcia is still a better fight than the Bivol fight, in my opinion, because he's a better. I just don't believe in Bivol, man. I don't believe it, man. Say, because you clueless for now, continue to sleep. No, man. Look, let me tell you what I'm AO 556. Let me tell you what I'm not going to do, all right? If you watch boxing long enough, you see fighters get built. And you see fighters, when you see a fighter say, I'm going to fight this guy, then that guy. And they line up 3 fights in a row. Man, stop it. Hey, AO6, when is the last time Bivol won by knockout? When's the last time Bivol won by knockout? And what was the guy's name? Huh? Do you know who that is? When is the last time Bivol even looked dangerous in a fight? I've seen Bivol's fights. Have you seen Bivol's fights? I've seen Bivol's fights. I see Bivol go the distance over and over and over and over and over again. Bivol has not had a knockout in the last 5 years, in the last 4 years that he held that belt, and he ain't fought nobody in 4 years. Bivol, you talking about Jamal ain't never fought anybody. At least with Jamal, you got a J-Rock fight. At least with Jamal, you got a J-Rock fight. You got a Sergey Deverenchenko fight. Bivol literally has not fought. He fought, his best fight is Isaac Shalimbe. No. Who you guys are? Oh, I'm sorry. He fought, oh my God, yeah, he fought the world beater. He beat the world beater, Jean Pascal and Sullivan Barrera. He beat Sullivan Barrera by decision and Jean Pascal by decision. And he beat Isaac Shalimbe. I mean, killers out there. Just monsters out there. Oh my God. You see how many, where's the highlight? Where's the knockout reel highlight film from Bivol? I just got to see it. Where are the guys? Where's the highlight reel? And he beat Joe Smith, the construction worker Joe Smith. He beat a construction worker named Joe Smith. Literally. Man, stop it, man. None of his Russian counterparts never wanted it. Man, look, stop it. All right. You did not wake up this year wanting to see Canelo Alvarez fight Dmitry Bivol. Okay. That is another DAZN style fight for him, period. Okay. You didn't wake up wanting to see that fight. Nobody's woke up waiting for that fight. Nobody was asking for that fight. Nobody cared about that fight. But all of a sudden, when Canelo makes the fight, it's the greatest fight in the world. Oh my God, that's historic. He's going for another belt. But the same people, if they talk about other fights, they're like, oh man, no, it's just a belt. It's just the alphabet. What? It's just the alphabets. It is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is. All right. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It's the third best 175 pounder is what it is. It's a less dangerous old drunk Sergey Kovalev. But look, man, it's not a bad fight. All right. No, Canelo's not a bum. Canelo was a very, very good fighter, man. But just stop all that. You're just going too far with the dude, man. And you weren't even, and then, dude, the same people weren't even going that way before. They weren't saying, these guys were screaming he lost to Gennady Golovkin. Screaming that he lost to Gennady Golovkin twice. And he lost to Mayweather. It just depends on who's doing the talking and when they're doing the talking. I'm telling you, man. Let him fight Gennady Golovkin. All of a sudden, oh, Gennady Golovkin is, Gennady Golovkin. Gennady Golovkin beat him twice. His biggest robbery ever. Fire. What's the name of the judge that they wanted thrown out so she could never judge a match again? Threw that lady under the bus for giving a wide scorecard against Canelo. Threw her under the bus. But he lost both of those fights, but he can't be touched now. He lost twice to Gennady Golovkin, according to a whole bunch of these cats now calling him the greatest fighter of his generation. Yeah, Adelaide Bird. Look, man, Canelo Alvarez is a very, very good fighter makes people a lot of money. Okay, that's what he is. He's the best right now at making money. That's what he is. And he's probably second or third actual best fighter in boxing. Second or third, in my opinion. Second or third. Best fighter in boxing. But they weren't even saying he was the best fighter in boxing before Lomachenko lost to Teofimo Lopez. Where was he when that was happening? You know what I mean? Where was all this greatness when they had Manny Pacquiao way up there? Or before when they were trying to sell Chocolatito. Chocolatito was fighting the same time Canelo Alvarez, and Chocolatito was the number one pound for pound guy, right? Because Top Rank, or who was it? Who was Chocolatito with at the time? Was Chocolatito with Top Rank? But he was with HBO when they were trying to push him. Then it was Chocolatito. Then it was Lomachenko, right? Chocolatito, then Lomachenko. Lomachenko loses, and then it becomes Canelo Alvarez again. But miraculously, there's not been a Chocolatito or a Lomachenko that were even in the equation during this greatest fighter of his generation selling that you're doing now. What happened to Lomachenko? Wasn't he the top guy like 3 weeks ago? Wasn't he a year ago? I could have sworn he was the greatest fighter ever being sold by all these same people not 2 years ago and was better than Canelo, had a better career than Canelo. A year and a half ago, right before he lost to Teofimo Lopez. Am I missing something? I could have sworn that's what they were saying. And right before that, it was Chocolatito. And right before that, it was Manny Pacquiao. And for an instance, it was Floyd Mayweather Jr. These same people during all this time were saying those were the guys with the best resume. Once Lomachenko lost, now it's Canelo. Out the mouths of the same people. Well, isn't Lomachenko greater than Canelo? I mean, he won a championship. He won a championship in his second fight. Look at all the weight classes he's been in and the domination and the people quitting. You've never seen any of that before. Isn't that what they were saying? Or do I have, or am I making something up? It's just amazing how these guys are not the top fighter. And as soon as they become the top fighter, they're the greatest fighter of their generation. I thought Lomachenko was the top fighter of his generation. Oh, he lost to Teofimo Lopez. He's not the top fighter of not anymore. Never mind. Erase that. We forgot we ever said that. Oh, what about Chocolatito? Oh, well, he just won hey, Chocolatito just beat up Juan Cesar Martinez. Let's bring him back. Man, stop that, man. King Judah in the building. Lord Devin Haney is about to collect all the Infinity Stones. Yeah, he's about to get all them stones. Provided he don't get cocky and go in there trying to throw. Israel Lara said, people say Canelo was inexperienced against Mayweather, but had 40 plus wins, but yet Canelo fans don't see that. Exactly. Well, Charlo was inexperienced. Charlo had less fights now than he had than Canelo had when he fought Mayweather. Maybe he's just inexperienced. Maybe he's just inexperienced. They just say he was young. Said they even made the loss disappear. I'm just telling you, man, these greatest fighters, there's never been anything like them. It changes miraculously, very, very quickly. As soon as somebody loses, it's somebody else that they put in that position of, man, this guy can never lose. Look at how incredible. Dog, he already lost. And he's going to lose again. And I'm telling you, Canelo's going to lose again. He's going to lose again. He's going to lose again. And then what's going to happen? Where's all that? But, oh, no, he'll never get, right now, he'll never get touched by anybody. No way he can lose. No chance. There's nobody on earth that can touch him. Man, stop selling that nonsense, man. I've already seen the man lose multiple times, okay? I've seen him in close fights and I've seen him lose multiple times, all right? So stop telling me that this guy's so undefeatable that nobody deserves a fight with him. And stop selling that crap. Anyway, Robin Turner said, Canelo ducked Charlo for years, but Errol Spence ducking Crawford, a black fighter run from another black fighter. We blame it on him fighting champ. Man, come on, man, Robin. He got to get his weight up. He ain't ducking. You ain't ducking when you're fighting champs, right? Ain't that the rule? Ain't no ducking when you're fighting a champ in the same weight division as you. But anyway, if you move up the duck, man, anyway, it is what it is, man. But hey, man, Charlo don't need the fight. I ain't talking about Charlo. Charlo going away with all of that. I don't know where people are getting this. He's ducking me stuff. You know, dummy, we're watching you. We're watching him duck you. What's wrong with you? You know, are you blind or something? Hey, man, King Judah, much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you so much for your support, bro. Thank you so much for that support, bro. Terrell Jr., yeah, Terry Smoot is bugging, man. Terry Smoot is just trolling you. Don't get into that. King Judah said, Fanon, explain how Spence ducked Bud when Bud, Bob, and Spence agreed that Spence is the least to blame for the fight that not happening. He didn't duck him. He didn't duck him. Dude, he did not duck him. Did not duck him. Easy, very, very easy on that one. He didn't duck him. Hold on one second, man. He did not duck him. Easy on that. They're not I don't think that they're not ducking each other. Mr. Massey said, I threw away my Obama track phone. Got upgraded. That's what's up, man. Mr. Massey said he got rid of that Obama. He got rid of his Obama phone so his connection can increase. That's what's up, man. And Mr. Massey, I'll be ready for that StreamYard link next time. Yes, sir, brother. We get you. We get you, Mr. Massey. Much love in that Cash App, brother. Hey, thank y'all so much for supporting, bro. King Judah said, Bud could have had Spence, but chose Horn. Nah, look, man, much love in that super chat. I don't think so. He got a shot at the championship right in. And, dog, he wouldn't get the fight. He was just straight away. Anyway, man, I don't know, man. I think it's more of a promotional. I think it's just more of a promotional issue on the real. And I'm going to maintain that. Hey, Jay Shooter said, yo, for now, what's wrong with Tim Bradley? Tim Bradley, that's my guy, Tim Bradley, man. Man, that's my guy, Tim Bradley, man. I like Tim Bradley, but Tim Bradley is just so he's just so pro Bud. You know what I mean? He's just so pro Bud, man. It's ridiculous. He's like, man, somebody gonna get knocked out, and it ain't gonna be Jaron Ennis. It ain't gonna be Terrence Crawford. Man, come on, man. Come on, man. First of all, dude, I want to see the fight. Jaron Ennis is one of the top fighters in the welterweight division. See, that's what's wrong, man. That's what's wrong. First of all, but again, man, thank you to everybody that supports in the super chat and everybody that supports in the Cash App. Y'all are just, man, thank you. I really do appreciate you, man. Before I get into that, though, let me get to my man, King Judah. Says, Spence still fighting champs. Bud is waiting for another bum if he can't get Spence. Hey, man, much love in that super chat, brother. Man, look. I am so sick of getting called a Bud hater, man. Dude, I made a video the other day, and the video was about, I think the video was about Kambosos. It was like a Kambosos Lomachenko video or something. And this guy got in my chat and said, you are always hating on Bud. Like, man, I didn't even say this dude's name in this. First of all, I don't hate on Bud. I'm just telling you like it is. I'm telling you like I see it. This how I see Bud. I don't think Bud's ducking that fight, man. Bud's just in a situation. Oh, Moose the Great, man. It's all good, man. I thank you, brother. I appreciate y'all, man. AO56 said, hey, keep it going. Much respect. Hey, thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man. And I like y'all Canelo fans, so I'm telling you, I like Canelo Alvarez more than I like Jamal Charlo. But I am not going to sit up here and tell you that this hoop, what do you call it? This whatever it is that these cats are selling, dog. I get sick of people selling shit, okay? First of all, just because you are the biggest name fighter does not mean you're the best fighter, all right? And just because you pressure people and these boxers and don't want to get in any type of trouble, like because they say something, like my man Fernando Vargas said about him. He's like, I don't even know who that Vato is. I don't know who that Vato is, man. Talking about Bivol. Man, I love me some Fernando Vargas, dog. Fernando Vargas, man, I don't even know who that Vato is. Like, what do you mean? Is it going to be a tough fight, man? I don't even know who that Vato is. Bivol. Man, y'all can't believe y'all pulling out Bivol like it. Like y'all try to make Bivol a killer. Man, stop it. Anyway, let me move well back. I got to get back to the super chat for cats to support the chat. My man King Judah says, Spence still fighting Chance. Bud waiting on another bum if he can't get Spence. Hey, look, man. He ain't fight a bum last fight. He fought Sean Porter. And I asked him to fight Sean Porter. I was pushing for him to fight Sean Porter. So I got no ill will against that man for that Sean Porter fight. Sean Porter, that was a good fight. AO6 said, keep it going, much respect. Hey, man, AO56, that's what's up, man. Appreciate you, man. And trust me, man, don't get it twisted, dude. I not hate Canelo at all. Canelo Alvarez is a very, very good fighter, has had a great career. When I'm saying that people are not going to remember him like that, dude, I'm serious. But you got to understand what I mean by that. What I mean by that is, dog, there's only a few fighters that really carry their name decade after decade after decade. Not a lot of them do, man, really. Some of the best fighters in the 1950s, people have never heard of, man. I mean, seriously. Like Gene Tunney, some people remember who Gene Tunney is, right? If you're a really hardcore boxing fan, you know who Gene Tunney is, right? If you are any type of boxing fan, you know who Jack Dempsey is, right? If you're any type of boxing fan, you know who Muhammad Ali is. If you are not a real hardcore boxing fan, dude, you're not going to really, I mean, Rocky Marciano, you've probably heard the name, probably don't know a lot about him. You know what I mean? Like Rocky Marciano, there's certain fighters that really do have legacy, right? You know what I'm saying? Where they've done something that was truly historic. Like Jack Johnson did something historic. He's the first black heavyweight champion. Everybody remembers Jack Johnson. But, dude, Ali, Jack Johnson, guys like that, dude, like Tommy Hearns, dude, a lot of boxers remember, a lot of people in boxing remember Tommy Hearns, but some people outside be like, who's Tommy Hearns? I don't know. You know what I mean? Canelo, dude, has not had the big high-profile fights that Sugar Ray Leonard has had. He's not had the big high-profile, everybody excited to see the fights type fights that Mike Tyson had or Floyd Mayweather Jr. had. You know what I mean? It's kind of like Andre Ward, dude. I love Andre Ward as a fighter, but there's going to be a whole lot of people that in 20 years, 30 years do not remember Andre Ward. And that could easily be the situation for Canelo Alvarez, man, because Canelo Alvarez is making a lot of money, but he's not fighting in front of a lot of people, right? Who did he fight? He did 800,000 pay-per-views, right? Sorry about that. I'm back. All right, hold on. Let me get this super chat and let me go back on it and tell you what I mean by that. My man, King Judah said Bud was forced to fight Porter. Last 3 were against fighters going into retirement. Recently called out Thurman after layoff. Duck boots. Shake my head. Hey man, look, dude, it could be better, King Judah. It could be bigger. It could be better, bro. Terry Smooth said, Canelo, unanimous decision win against Jack Johnson. Look, man, I'm going to use and thank you, King Judah, brother. Thank you so much for that support, bro. Sin City said, Canelo will go down as a top 5 GOAT. No way. Top 5? Man, you are crazy. Sin City, top 5 what? Top 5 in a weight class? Barbara Davis said, for now, you missed me. My bad. Hold on one second, Barbara Davis. I'll go back. Sorry, Barbara. Man, thank you. Barbara Davis, much love in that super chat. Thank you so much. He said 1 champ for each weight class, 1 belt for each weight class all day. That's the way to do it. No doubt. Barbara Davis, much love in that super chat. Thank you for supporting the channel. You guys, it means a lot. Thank you so much for supporting that channel, bro. Let me tell you something, man. What weight class is he a top 5 in? Skip boxing. What weight class is he a top 5 all time in? In the weight class. Skip top, dude, he's not top, dude. Canelo Alvarez ain't top 50. He's not top 50. He ain't top 50. No way. Ain't top 50. He is the, now the thing is, can you hear me? It went out and I got it, Troy King. Thank you, brother. Thank you, man. Who's top 5 all time? You want me to just give you 5 that are way above Canelo? No worries. Sam Langford, Harry Greb, Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Robinson, Henry Armstrong. Right there. Easy. Boom. Go away. Like quick. All right. There's your 5. Way better. Every one of them. For multiple reasons. All of them. Right there. How about you stick to the guys fighting right now? Okay? And not say that. All right? Manny Pacquiao. Throw Manny Pacquiao above him. Who else you want to throw up above him? Okay? Stop, man. On the real. Jack Dempsey. How about Jack Dempsey? Just to throw Jack Dempsey out there. Even though Jack Dempsey didn't fight that much. But come on, man. Boxing's been around 200 years, man. And you don't even know, man, Henry Armstrong. Hey, oh, man, I thought I saw AJ in the building, man. AJ abandoned me because I threw him out. That's my bad. AJ, my bad, man. No Bad Vibes said, if Bud was with PBC years ago and his name was bigger, do you think people would still say he fought bums? By the way, Andrade beats Canelo. Had to do it for 9. You know what it is. Much love in that super chat. If he was a PBC, he'd have to fight. If he was with the PBC, he would have to fight. If he was with the PBC, there's no cherry pickers in the PBC. There's nobody in the PBC other than Gervonta Tank Davis. Let me pause that one. Other than Gervonta, that's the only guy that I think is not fighting anybody. It's Gervonta. That's it. That's Gervonta. And Gervonta stands alone in that regard for me. How about Archie Moore, Ezra Charles? I mean, look, man. Marquette, this is a lot, dude. You know what I mean? This is a lot, dog. Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. Salvador Sanchez. But Salvador Sanchez died young, didn't have a long career. You know what I mean? But anyway, man, which ain't his fault neither. I mean, it is what it is. Look, Canelo is a very, very good. Canelo is above Monzon and Salvador Sanchez. I mean, honestly, he may be above Carlos Monzon. He may be. I'd have to look more at Carlos. I'm telling you, the tough thing is to know and be able to watch all these guys' fights and really be able to judge it. I'm telling you, man, this is where I agree with blood boxing. There's very few people that can actually say that with any form of real understanding because you have to know 200 years of boxing, man. You know what I'm saying? You have to know 200 years of boxing. 200 years. You know what I mean? And it's every year there's somebody that's the greatest of all time. They're selling that shit, man. Jamal Charlo with a picture of, dang, you didn't even take your time to put a picture of Jamal Charlo. Much love, Jamal. Thank you, bro. King Judah in the building. He said, Kell Brook was at least a year removed from boxing when he fought Bud, and the guy who said Brook wasn't on the verge of the retirement. Yeah. I mean, clearly. Oh, by the way, though, what's wrong with Tim Bradley? Hey, man, King Judah, thank you for holding down the chat and the super chat, brother. Thank you. No joke, man. Damn it, you know what? I got to do something. TJ said, Canelo not even the best Mexican? No, Juan Manuel Marquez. What's up in that super chat, bro? Give me Juan Manuel Marquez, okay? You know why I say give me Juan Manuel Marquez? Because he put up a better fight against Mayweather than Canelo did. You ain't never going to make me forget he lost to Floyd Mayweather Jr., man. Never. You're not going to put that man on the biggest stage he had, watch him flop, and make me forget about it. Nah, dog, you lost that fight, man. Everybody got to deal with their losses. You lost that fight, bro. You lost that fight. You had 40 fights. You had defended that belt 6 times. You were in your physical prime. You thought it was the perfect recipe, period. You thought it was they were even saying he was ducking Floyd. Floyd, man, I remember Blood Boxing was like, man, Floyd ain't never, and that's my guy, Blood. He ain't never going to fight Canelo. He ain't never going to fight Canelo because he's going to duck Canelo. He don't want, because Canelo was saying, I'm going to be fighting on May 5th. I'm going to fight on my Mexican holidays. If Floyd doesn't get off our Mexican holidays, I'm going to fight on those days. Right? That's what he said. So Floyd fought him, beat him, easy too. Come on, man. Y'all got to come on, man. You can't tell me that. You can't tell me that, man. I'm not going to forget that. But he learned so much from it. Man, he ain't never been near that competition level again. He lost to Lara 2 fights later. Did he learn that much before he got in there with Lara? And ain't come near that since. But I do like him. Giovanni Walker in the building, putting the color in the chat. Hit that like button, brother. Thank you for that color in the chat, bro. Much love, man. I can't tell you all day, all day. Oh, Javier Martinez said, Fanon, Alexis Arguello. But look here. This is what happened with Alexis Arguello. Alexis Arguello ran into to Aaron Pryor and got that woo-dooped. Got that woo-woo. Hey, King Judah said, Bud, give me Thurman now. He doesn't need time to fight me. Boots, then fight Bud. I need rest. Nobody wants to fight Boots. I'm going to tell you right now. Hey, Ryman Turner said I missed his super chat. My bad. Hold on, man. Hey, let me ask you also, man. Would y'all mind hitting that like button for me and getting the like? We got 400 people in the building. Would y'all mind hitting the like button for me? It'd be greatly appreciated, brothers and sisters. Brothers and sisters, would you mind it? Would you mind it? Would you mind it? It would be very, very nice. Hold on one second, man. Let me check it out. Ramen. I think I got it, Ramen, but let me make sure. because that was a little ways back. Thank you so much for this. Ryman said Bud is, oh, no, I'm sorry. You're right. I missed that. He said Bud is getting sued because he couldn't get Crawford and Spence fight. How is that Bob's fault? Hey, man, that's a breach of contract, man. That's just, Bud could have signed with somebody else. People been begging Bud to get away from Bob Arum, man. He re-up, man. That's on him. Tanny P, much love in that super chat, said this is the problem. The money and the pay-per-views are more important than the skill of the boxer. This is destroying the whole essence of boxing. Money. Much love in that super chat. 100% correct. All on point. All on point. I do not think Canelo. Alex Chavez says, miss mine, brother. Sorry about that, brother. Alex Chavez. Oh, Alex Chavez. Much love in that super chat, brother. I see that you did a thank you, Alex Chavez. Much love in that super chat for that for the super, what do you call it? Those are the what do you call those things? For the sticker, man. Thank you so much for the sticker, man. I appreciate you. Alex Chavez in that super chat. Thank you, brother. And I got to go Powerhouse Watson in the super chat, brother. Man, y'all supporting. Thank you so much, man. He said, who you got? Sugar Ray Leonard versus Roy Jones Jr. Prime and prime. Roy Jones Jr. Roy Jones, too big. Roy's too big for Sugar Ray. Same reason that I got Sugar Ray Leonard over Floyd Mayweather. Oh, and there's another one. Don't compare him to Roy Jones. Don't compare him to Roy Jones either, right? Well, Roy Jones got knocked out by Tarver when he came back down after he won a heavyweight championship. And he beat James Toney. And he beat James Toney, beat Bernard Hopkins. Beat both of those dudes. Man, come on, man. Y'all got to stop that, man. There's better fighters. Roy Jones Jr. is a better fighter than Canelo. Give me Roy Jones over Canelo 7 days out of a week. What's that? Dragov, much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you for holding down the chat today. It means a lot. Thank you so much. He said, do you think Canelo will be a Hall of Famer in the future? Absolutely. And which other current boxers will be Hall of Famers? Canelo Alvarez is a Hall of Famer for sure. He's going to get in there. And I missed of the current people that are fighting that will be Hall of Famers. I think that you'll have Tyson Fury. I'm going to go from heavyweight down. Tyson Fury. Deontay Wilder, Alexander Usyk, but Turbiev has a shot. Canelo, Jermell Charlo has a shot. Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford. I don't think Josh Taylor will pan out like that. Talent level, Shakur Stevenson. Gervonta Davis has a chance. Chocolatito, Monster Inoue, Nonito Donaire, Guillermo Rigondeaux. Vasily Lomachenko, obviously, sorry. Vasily Lomachenko. I think that's it. I think those are the guys I think at this point in time have a shot. The only ones that I will say are guaranteed for it, only ones in boxing right now that are guaranteed, and I'm not talking about what I think. I'm talking about what other people, who I think will actually get voted in. Only guarantees are Canelo Alvarez, Chocolatito, Vasily Lomachenko. I think those are the only guarantees. Canelo Alvarez, Chocolatito, and Vasily Lomachenko. Everybody else can get screwed by those guys that vote. Everybody else can get screwed. Errol Spence Jr., if he gets through what he's doing, Errol and Terrence, I think they're going to screw Terrence Crawford. That's what I think. Because I'm telling you, the same people that will ride with the media wave and, they give Terrence Crawford zero love. Because you got to remember, Fat Dan Rayfield has a vote on the International Boxing Hall of Fame, I do believe. Candace Stoisha, right? King Judah, much love in that super chat. They say, but as far as who I would say, is in there. Deontay Wilder. I think Tyson Fury is going to get in there. Deontay Wilder, Canelo Alvarez, Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence Jr., Lomachenko, Chocolatito, Guillermo Rigondeaux. Those are the people that I would put in there. Oh, and Nonito Donaire. Nonito Donaire is going to get in there. Probably Nonito Donaire. Let me not forget Nonito Donaire. King Judah said, they say I'm capping. Name one thing about you ever said that wasn't true. That evidence that support a fighter that is repeatedly weak. Hey, no, you're not lying, King Judah. Everything you said is true. It's your conclusion is harsh on Bud. You just harsh on Bud. But no, what you're saying is true. Bud is fighting guy. You know what I'm saying? Bud is just, it's tough, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to hate on Bud, man. I'm tired of getting called a Bud hater, bro. So I'm not just going to keep laying down on their chest like that. You know what I'm saying? My man, you foolish king. Bud is suing Bob for not getting Spence. And he's on the record at least 5 times telling the world that he doesn't want Spence fight. He wants that Spence fight, man. Much love, King Judah. King Judah, the resident Bud assassin. The resident Bud assassin. You be in Bud's chest, bro. Powerhouse Watson said, no, not Fury. Nah, man, he probably will be. I'm telling you. He's won every one of the belts. He beat Deontay Wilder. He beat Vladimir Klitschko. He's held all 4 of the major championship belts. Tyson Fury. I mean, dude, if Tyson Fury actually fights Anthony Joshua and he fought Anthony Joshua, not Anthony Joshua, he fought Alexander Usyk and beat Alexander Usyk. Seriously, dude, he would prove that he's the best heavyweight, since he's the best heavyweight since Lennox Lewis. He's the best. I think he'd be the best heavyweight since Lennox Lewis. And I think that's fair to Tyson Fury. All the rough house tactics, the juice aside, all of that, you know what I mean? I mean, you got to say it at that, man, because Deontay Wilder's going to the Hall for me for what he did. And beating Deontay Wilder ain't no easy task because the dude will take your head off. He's majorly underrated. No, not AJ. AJ with Pop. Not AJ. AJ is going to be nah. That's tough on AJ because how he lost. He lost because of the guys he lost to. And he may never get that belt back. That's tough. King Judah said, Bud screwed himself with that bum-ass resume. King Judah assassinating. But Tanny P, I mean, I think he was on his way. If he would have beaten Deontay Wilder, it would have been locked up. But he didn't fight Deontay Wilder and he wouldn't have lost to Andy Ruiz. But if he gets Alexander Usyk, then yeah, he can be back in the mix. If he can pull out that Alexander Usyk fight. My man, kick it with Cayenne and Bro said, Brandon Boyd Boots will beat Bud. Brandon Boyd beats will. Man, are you trying to do a tongue twister? Brandon Boyd Boots will beat Bud. Crawford would destroy Bud. Bud likes to swing wildly and will get caught. Hey, man. Bud. He a Bud hater? Nah, man. See, Justin Fan, come on with the Bud hater, man. He don't like Bud, that's for sure. He don't like Bud. But what he's saying is not completely without merit. You know what I mean? But the reason that I think it's been is because he's been at Top Rank. He got to the top of Top Rank. All of the fighters are with PBC. Bud, being stubborn, Bud didn't want to go over there when before his pay-per-view numbers dropped like that. If Bud had went over to the PBC after he had 2 million viewers on ESPN and then went over there then, dude, they would have signed a dude nice money, gave him nice money, all of that stuff, man. Gave him the fights, all of that. And we'd be seeing him being in really tough fights. Deborah Booker in that super chat, thank you so much for your support. Y'all really making the chat go. Thank you so much, man. Say, good morning, Fanon. I wish you a happy birthday. Happy birthday. Won't be able to be in the chat tomorrow. Oh, man, thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Tomorrow is the birthday. And I hate that you're not going to be there, Deborah. But yeah, man, I'm actually probably going to have Y'all need to get cake and ice. Get yourself some virtual cake and ice cream tomorrow morning so we had his birthday party, bro. Little birthday party tomorrow. Cause I ain't gonna actually have any birthday party at my age, but I would appreciate if y'all came and party with me on my birthday tomorrow. I'm actually trying to have a birthday week, but I can't keep myself from working. Powerhouse Watson said, I can't just say Boots will beat Bud, but god dang, y'all with the bees. Said, I just can't say Boots will beat Bud, but definitely want to see him fight next. Yeah, that's what I want to see. I want to say, hey, seriously, what a great fight. How old am I turning tomorrow? Wow, bro, I'll be 53 tomorrow. 53 tomorrow. But dang, now I just gave you everything. Now I done gave you everything. Now the troll's going to be out there on me. I'm lying. I'll be 48. Or will I be 63? I can't remember. Anyway, Tanny B said, Aries season, my birthday is 3/24. Happy early birthday, Fanon. Thank you. Yeah, happy early birthday to you as well. Deborah Booker said, Fanon, I may be behind up in the chat, but did you forget my super chat? No, just read it. There you go. Hey, thank you, man. Andres. Hey, yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, but I definitely read it. Happy birthday all week, Fanon. Much love, my brother. Thank you, Kenneth Howard. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you, man. Xavier Hines said, hey, I got you, Fanon, for getting my age sometimes, too. Yeah. You're an elder now? Yeah, man. Yes. Which is why I'm telling y'all young boys need to leave me alone with all of that, man. Paris Watson say you look 48. No, thanks, brother. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, man. I appreciate that. I'm aging decently. You know what I mean? I'm aging decently. But if you saw my pictures when I was 23, you'd be like, oh, yeah, you are old. If you saw my pictures when I was young, bro, you're only as young as you feel, man. I feel the same as I felt when I was 40. Certain things may be slowing down a little bit, but I feel I feel excellent, man. I can't complain, man. Hey, King Judah, much love in that super chat, brother. You be holding that chat down. And thank you to everybody that supports in the super chat and the Cash App. It's really important, and I really, really do appreciate y'all, man. Much love in that super chat, brother. So you're not old for now. You just experienced. Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, black don't crack. No wrinkles. Got no wrinkles. Tell you that. I've been gray, though. I was gray and bald in my 30s, so ain't nothing changed there, man. Curtis Sewell said, age is just a number. That it is. Yeah, it is. But your body is definitely getting older. Irish Mexican don't crack. That's what's up. Irish Mexicans don't crack. But look, man, I ain't trying to dog the dude too much, man. Nothing on top of your roof. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Oh, yeah, man. But too, that ain't age. I'm just male pattern baldness, man. I was bald in my 30s, man. I went bald like around mid-30s. I was bald mid-30s. I've been going bald for a long time now, man. Why everybody turn on Charlo? Let me tell you something, man. Oh, for real? Why everybody turn on Charlo? Man, I don't know, man. Because Charlo says stupid shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Probably because Charlo says ridiculous things, man. Because Charlo says ridiculous things, man. Powers Watson said, this is the only channel I send money to because I relate to you more than them and them. Hey, I appreciate you, brother. Hey, man, much love. Thank you for that support, bro. And Milo Sanchez said, hey, Fanon, I'm sure you're happy Dev is talking with Kambosos again. This shit is getting old. Just signed a contract. Yeah, I am. No doubt about it, man. I'm happy he's getting the fight. No joke. Really, really happy that he's getting the fight. I just hope that he can pull it off. Now I hope he pulls it off and he become an undisputed champion. And then we can start talking about Gervonta Davis fighting Devin Haney at 135. Because that's where the conversation will go. And if Devin don't fight, if Devin Haney wins undisputed, then Devin Haney's got to fight all comers, right? So you'll hopefully get to see really good fights, man. Maybe we'll get to see him fight Shakur Stevenson, right? Or Gervonta Davis, right? See him fight Lomachenko and get all those fights. And that would be great, man. You know what I mean? That would be great. Charlo seemed like they've been touched with all that unnecessary. Has been touched with all that unnecessary. I don't know what you mean by that, man. Hey, what's going on? Native Black Faculty Boxing said, I thought I heard somebody say happy birthday. I doubled down on that happy birthday for now. Yeah, thank you, brother. My birthday's actually tomorrow. Young Ghost said, yeah, because that fight will be ordered. If not, Tank will be stripped by the WBA. Look, man, let me tell you, Young Goat, that right there is not going to be ordered. He's already got another one, man. He's got another one. But if it's ordered, then I'm sure he wouldn't care on the real, but they're not going to give up that Tank payday. You know what I mean? Sin City said, how old will you be? 70? Yeah, I'll be 70. Yeah, I'll be 70. Absolutely. I'll be 70 years. I'll be 83 tomorrow. Powerhouse Watson said, Haney, Zion Clark said, happy birthday, go March babies. You know what it is. All day, every day, man. Oh, he said, oh, for real, who you got after Raleigh? Oh, he's got Giselle Corrales. They're gonna order the Giselle Corrales fight after that. That's who his mandatory is. Keep it factual said, you about 55? No, I'm not 55. Thank you very much, but no, I'm not 55. Hey, y'all, give me 1 second. I'll be right back, and I'll be right back into the Bud character assassination by my man King Judah. Be right back. All right, I'm back in the house. My bad. King Judah said, love the show for now, but after Lord Haney has the Infinity Stones, it will be blasphemy to speak against him. Just giving you heads up. Hey, I'm going to tell you, man, I'm liking that he's getting that fight. No joke. George Wood said he'll be 53 tomorrow. Yes, I will be. That is how old I am, brother. I am 53 years old. Absolutely, man. Heading into my retirement years. Trying to start a boxing business for my retirement years, okay? Absolutely, positively. You have now busted me. But no, I'm not 55, dog. Stop trying to add on years to me, homie. No. And I don't even, it is what it is, though. Anyway, but yeah, brother, thank you so much for the support, man. Y'all really helped me roll. Blacksmith Ross in the building. What's going on, bro? I am not a baby boomer. Hey, Kid Blacksmith Ross said, big up to the channel. Look, be careful with the Bud track dodge. I respect Spence and Crawford, but I rock with Thurman. But all these fighters, 50-50 fights. Remember, they beat on Tommy Hearns and lost too. Absolutely. Much love in that super chat, brother. Much love in that. So he said, hey, Sin City said, you look young, man. Yeah, for 83? Yeah, I look great for 83. Hey, TD Harden said, how old will them eyebrows be? He said, how old will them eyebrows be? Hey, man, these eyebrows are old, dog. Trust me, they used to be thick and went right across the way, man. My eyebrows is 89. But where'd it go? So, hey, man, thank you guys so much for the support and the super chat and the cash app, brother. It's huge. Thank you, Mitch. He said, Jay Nelson, you look good. You look late 40s. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man. But yeah, man, I'm officially an old man, bro. It is what it is. I don't mind it. I do not mind. I did not miss cash apps. Thank y'all very much. Let me see something, man. I thought you was in your early 40s. Nah, man. I'm telling you, no, dude. That's why I can tell you this stuff that y'all are on some crap. Okay? I've been through this whole thing we talking about, bro. So, Donna Williams said, I'm 53 and I'm feeling better than most. Yeah. Ain't no joke, man. I'm feeling decent. I can't lie. George Woods in that super chat. Man, much love in that super chat. My man George Woods said, Fanon, salute. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much, man. Thanks for that happy birthday. Thank you for that support. I appreciate you, brother. Ray Patterson, Brother Martin, you are a young man. I appreciate that. That's what my mother and my father say, man. They're like, yeah, y'all, you young, man. You're young. We got the same birthday. Okay, that's what's up, man. Curtis Sewell said, I'm 63 and I may be old, but I still look good. That's what's up, man. Keep it rolling. You know what I mean? What's going on, $7 Rothschild in the building? What's happening with you, man? Sin said, you do anything for your birthday? No, I'm going to do this live stream for my birthday. That's it. That's it. Do my live stream, work, do some videos. That's it. Spend time with my family. Nah, I'm done on all the celebration. My brain don't need any celebration. My brain needs... Oh, he's saying Javier said either die young, die old, or look good by dying young. You know what it is. I'll take dog. I just want to live a good life, man. And when the great God says it's time to pack it up, I just hope it's like a blink of an eye. I just hope it's like that. Just hope it's a blink of an eye. So, and then that's it. You know. Brother Coda says, salute for 9 and happy birthday. Thank you, Brother Coda, man. I appreciate you, bro. Much love. Thank you so much, man. Yeah, brother. Oh, yeah, I'm definitely not a baby boomer, man. I'm Generation X is what I am. I think they call my generation Generation X. Curtis Sewell said, we celebrating during the chat tomorrow. Absolutely, man. We're gonna do it in the chat tomorrow, man. Ask me anything. It's always ask me anything day. You know what I mean? Herbert Johnson said, happy birthday, my brother Fanon. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man. And DH, as always, thank you, man. I appreciate that sentiment. ARJ said, hell yeah, grown and sexy don't do all that celebration. Happy birthday. Yeah, man, I ain't doing all that celebration, man. I don't feel like coming down from it. You know what I mean? I just feel like, hey, man, it's just a good day. Hopefully I can have a good day. Hopefully I can keep a really good, positive attitude all day, you know, and not really be dragged, not allow myself to be dragged down by my moods. Javier Martinez said, happy birthday, Fanon. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. It's tomorrow, Javier, but appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much for that support, man. You know what I mean? It means a lot. But look, let me tell you, man, about that age stuff, bro. And I'm telling you, there are fighters. Every generation, there are fighters where these guys are literally the best fighters in the world, and they're historic fighters. And then 5 years later, dude, I'm telling you, these marketing guys that work for these promotional companies, they're going to start selling you somebody immediately after that fighter is done. As soon as Canelo Alvarez retires, I'm telling you, there's going to be somebody else that is bigger than Canelo because they're going to sell him as being bigger than Canelo. They never celebrate these guys for long, man. I'm telling you, every fighter is immediately passed up by somebody that is active. Active. If they can't sell a guy anymore, they're not going to talk about him like that anymore. I'm telling you, a lot of this stuff that you hear about Canelo, they're selling you that stuff. You know what I mean? Look how the belts, man, the belts are designed to give people accolades that don't mean crap. You know what I mean? But at the same time, they'll say in a minute, oh, he has a belt. It doesn't matter. What kind of belt is that? You know, that's just the belts. This is all these belts. It's too diluted. Unless you have all the belts, you're not a real champion. Oh, man, I'm telling you, man. Or they'll come up with some other way for somebody to, oh, he fought. He's just going to come up with something new every time, man. It's the guys that give you the very, very good fights that are remembered. Like Arturo Gatti. Dude, Arturo Gatti is remembered because he had exciting fights. Say what you want, but Arturo Gatti was loved because Arturo Gatti had great fights. You could go watch that. You saw Arturo Gatti fight. It was going to be a war. Relatively evenly matched fights, blood and guts, all of that. That type of stuff is remembered. The guy that is the prima donna that can pick and choose who he wants to fight eventually gets a reputation for having picked and chose a whole bunch of fighters, and that's not respected over the long haul. I'm telling you. At a certain point in time, Primo Carnera was, he's the greatest. I'm sure they were saying that about Primo Carnera. You know what I mean? Yeah, he went blood in. I'm telling you, man, that's the type of stuff that's remembered. It's not the stuff it's not the accolades that Eddie Hearn gives you that people are going to remember. Demo in the building. What's going on, bro? Happy early birthday, OG. OG, blessings to you. What's going on, Demo? I ain't seen you in a minute, man. What's going on with you, brother? Hope you're doing well, bro. Thank you, and thank you so much for the support, man, in the super chat. It really does mean a lot, man. Thank you. And Robert Soto, thank you, bro. Said Fanon help Noah build the ark. Happy early birthday, my man. Enjoy your day. Go Bud all day, bro. Puerto Rico, Puerto Rico. Thank you, brother. I'm telling you, man, Canelo gave us memorable fights, man. Canelo Alvarez has given me, honestly, one memorable, two fights that I say are really memorable. And the Gennady Golovkin fights. That's it. Gennady Golovkin fights. That's it for me. Canelo Alvarez versus Mayweather was just Canelo getting exposed. And you guys can say what you want. At the time that fight happened, not the revisionist history, not how you now interpret something that happened 8 years ago or whatever it was, right? I'm not talking about how you look at it now and, oh, look how things played out. It was really different than I thought it was that day. No, that day there was a whole lot of Canelo Alvarez fans that tucked their heads because their boy got exposed. No joke. That's what happened that night, okay? I remember the fight. I watched the fight, paid for the fight, and remembered, oh, Canelo just got beat. Canelo just got beat. Pillar to post by Mayweather Jr., and it wasn't a close fight. Man, that dude got exposed. That's what happened that night. Now, many years later, and many news articles later, now it became, oh, look what he learned in that fight. It really wasn't a loss. That was a win. He really won by losing because now he's a much better fighter than he was at that time. Maybe I'm missing it because I'm not a world-class trainer. Dog, only thing that changed, you know what I think he learned from? I think he learned from the Gennady Golovkin 1 fight. After Gennady Golovkin won, he stopped outboxing and he just started walking people down. That's after he got that draw against Gennady Golovkin, that he started fighting like he fights now. Before that, kind of a Mayweather knockoff. Had that, but then he just became somebody who's going to walk you down and try to stop you. After the Gennady Golovkin 1 fight, because that's what he did going into Gennady Golovkin 2, and people still said he thought he lost that fight. But I don't think he lost that fight, but I was rooting for him, so I may be biased. King Judah said, just like Luka Doncic, the NBA, I'm selling him as the next biggest star when he hasn't won anything. Exactly, just like Dirk Nowitzki. Dirk Nowitzki, dude, man, Dirk Nowitzki. They was selling Dirk Nowitzki so hard, man. They surrounded that dude. They surrounded Dirk Nowitzki with some great players, and he got a belt, and he got a ring. But man, they were swearing, man, we've never seen anybody this tall do what Dirk Nowitzki's doing. Really? I could have sworn I saw a dude maybe 2 inches shorter, a little shorter, about 2 inches shorter, out there about 2 inches shorter in Boston, killing fools. Doing the same thing, shooting, and plus much more. Anyway, much love in that super chat, brother. Fanon, Gotti was the A side against Pretty Boy Floyd. Actually, it was an even money fight. It's 50-50. It was 50-50. Yeah, it became a plotter after that. King Judah in that super chat, brother. He said, Canelo lost the biggest fight of his career, period. Yeah, and that's it. And he ain't made up for it yet, in my opinion. Get out of here with all of that. Dirk was, and then he tested positive for juice, and y'all don't want to remember that. And I love it. Oh, you can't compare. He didn't juice. He didn't pop dirty, did he? Get past that one. He didn't pop dirty, did he? Did he? You think Jamal Charlo can get ready? Hey, anybody tell me honestly, if you think Jamal Charlo can get away with testing positive for performance-enhancing drugs, even once. Once. And have somebody try to rebuild him. Man, that dude, he'd be a juicer forever, man. You know what I'm saying? Every time you brought his name up, that would be the story. But no. Can't hate on Dirk. Dirk is a good fight. Dirk is a good basketball player, and I like Dirk. Dirk seems like he's a nice guy, but come on, man. He said, Fanon, what is something about LeBron James? I ain't getting into that basketball. Fanon, in the 2011 finals, LeBron averaged 17.8 points. Yeah, what's that mean? I don't try to tell me I like LeBron. You know, LeBron ain't no Jordan. I don't care how many points he scores through his whole career. He's a very, very good basketball player. He ain't no Jordan. I'm gonna tell you that. Anyway, how are you not a baby boomer? Because I wasn't born in the 40s. DeLois. Baby boomers are people born in baby boomers are people that were born in the 1940s. Okay? I'm not a baby boomer because I'm not 85 years old. Okay? Baby boomers were born, I think, after World War II, like around from 1945 around that range. 1945 to like 1940, something early 1950s are baby boomers, okay? I am not that is 2 generations before me is the baby boomers, bro. It's a baby boomer that took place when the United States population grew. That's why DeLois, look up, matter of fact, hold on, let me look up something, man. I can't believe you said that, bro. George Wood said, Fanon, what's Floyd Mayweather's best fight? For me, Diego Corrales. Oh my God, what a great fight. Chico Corrales is his best fight. The one where it was like, y'all get out of here, shut up. Like that was the one where he shut everybody up. It's the first time Floyd shut everybody up. And they don't even want to remember that. Charlem Castle's predicting, and I'm telling you literally, man, same guys. And I've been listening to some of these guys so long that I don't even dislike them anymore. I used to be, except for, certain people I ain't the biggest fans of, right? But at least Steve Kim don't block me. He got, he ain't that, Steve Kim ain't blocked me. I actually like Dougie Fisher. I think Dougie Fisher's a good dude. I don't agree, really knows his boxing, really knows his boxing. However, I just don't agree on the outcomes. And that's just, 2 people can see the same thing and not agree. However, all them dudes were so sure that Diego Corrales was going to beat Floyd Mayweather because Floyd Mayweather Jr. was a hype job, dog. They hated Floyd, man. Hated Floyd. The cats that run Ring Magazine hated Floyd, man. Well before they got to Ring Magazine. Hated Floyd, man. Talk bad about Floyd, man. Because Floyd just, I can't remember all the stuff that they said because it's been so long. But trust me, could not stand Floyd Mayweather Jr. So when Floyd Mayweather Jr. beat Diego Corrales, because I was seriously, man, I was really new to boxing talk, right? And having a lot of conversations with people about boxing. But I was like, man, what world are these guys in? I don't get this. Why would you think that Diego Corrales is going to beat Floyd Mayweather? I couldn't see it for anything. And on top of it, I was like, man, what the heck did Floyd do? But I wasn't like paying as much attention to the stuff outside of the boxing ring. So maybe that had a reason. Hey, RC Boxing Life, man, much love in that Cash App, brother. Thank you so much for that support, bro. That means a lot, bro. Thank you so much for that support, bro. My man, RC Boxing Life. And make sure y'all support my man, RC Boxing Life, over there on Instagram with an absolutely magnificent Instagram channel. Dirt got a chocolate piece too with Andre Ward's kids. That's hilarious. Hey, man, he does got a little black. He does got a black wife, man. Your boy, Big Dirt. But let me make sure I get this before I do that, man. Get back to my man, King Judah, who's holding it down. Oh, but yeah, King George, that's my favorite fight. Diego Corrales, when they made everybody sick. And they were sick ever since. Never gave that dude credit. And honestly, man, y'all ain't never worshiped Floyd. Nothing like you worship Canelo. So you know they exaggerating. You know it, man. Ain't giving that man nowhere near the same credit they giving Floyd, man. Floyd got to do 20 times as much as Canelo and whoop Canelo to have a career that Canelo passed up. Man, get out of here, man. King Judah said, if any top black fighter tested positive, they may actually face legal punishment along the lines of Deshaun Watson case. I'm just trying to tell you, man, no doubt he would never get away with that, man. Much love in that super chat. Never get that Oscar. They would never get the Oscar Valdez treatment. Never, man. I can't wait to see him. Unless you're Dillian White, you got to do over that in the UK. Dillian White got away with it, though. Dillian the dope fiend doing dope who don't know the meaning of water nor soap. King of Kings, what's going on, bro? How bad you think they're going to rob my boy Dev? Hey, man, Dev better not get touched in that fight. I would say the chance of a robbery, the chance of a robbery is somewhere around 20%. Because I give him a 20% chance of putting up a competitive fight. George Kambosos. I don't know if George Kambosos beats JoJo Diaz, man. Like, seriously. I just don't know, man. I just don't know about George Kambosos. So I'm going to put it like a 20% chance that he can even put up a competitive fight. And he's going to get robbed if it's a competitive fight. And I only get a dude about a 20% chance of putting up a competitive fight. Now watch this, though. You think he's going to get, if he becomes the undisputed champion, do you think Devin Haney becomes historic? You think he's going to get in the historic talk? When is the last time? Has there been an undisputed? No, there's not been. There's not been. Do you know what I mean? Because he'd be the franchise. He would really be unifying that mug. Hey, man, King Judah said, Kobe has more rings than LeBron in less finals appearances. It's disrespectful to skip Kobe to compare Jordan to LeBron. Let me tell you what's disrespectful to, King Judah. It's disrespectful to Bill Russell. Much love in this super chat, bro. That's who it's disrespectful to. It's disrespectful to Bill Russell. Number one disrespected basketball player of all time, Bill Russell. Okay? That's the dude that is disrespected on a constant basis. Because ain't none of them catch Bill Russell. None of them. None of them. None of them. As the baby boomers will tell you, none of these dudes have caught Bill Russell. So until you catch Bill Russell, shut up. You know what I'm saying? About all this, he's got 6. Man, that man got 11. Stop. And he's got 11 in 13 years. So stop talking until you beat that. All of that's disrespectful. Hey, Carl Ward James said Bill Russell was played with 8. You know what that means? It wasn't watered down. How about that, Carl Ward? How about it wasn't watered down then? Dude, if they had 8 teams, who do you think's playing? Huh? If they only have 8 teams, who do you think is playing? Phil Jackson ain't got 12. He's got 6 as a coach. Come on, man. We're talking about players. We're not talking about coaches. We're talking about players, dog. Players. Let me tell you something, man. You can say what you want. Get them 11 rings. Okay? Get them 11 rings and start talking. He's got an NCAA championship. He's got 11 championship rings. Beat those numbers. Okay? Right now, you can't play defense in the league. There's all kind of stuff changing. In the 1990s, isn't basketball. This is the softest, wackest basketball that I have ever seen. It's terrible, dude. It's terrible. You can't touch people. They can't touch people. I ain't a fan at all. I didn't even watch basketball. Basketball right now is so trash. Every time I look, I was like, it's just trash. Absolutely trash. Look, you can say what you want. The man got 11 rings, sit on it. They got 11 more rings, sit on it. Just sit on it, dog. Sit on it. Fouls are not good defense. No defense is worse defense boxing by the pound. No defense is worse defense. What do you mean? They don't even play defense now. Talking about good Dude, how do you play basketball and you don't touch people? Man, get out of here. Keep your crap, dog. Man, Manuel Davis, how are you such a basketball hater now? Man, now I'm a basketball hater. You guys, dog, seriously, man. What generation are y'all? What generation is this? Did y'all come up? The punk generation? Y'all came up in the punk generation. Don't touch me. That's a foul. Don't touch you touch my hands. I'm shooting from half court and you touched me after the ball went through the net. Call a foul. Bro, 1990. Yeah, okay. So go away. Anyway, Emmanuel Davis, look, let me tell you something now. Let me tell you right now, bro, you ain't talking at all. Get the fuck out. I could not care less what you think. Go the fuck away. All right? Excuse my language. Go away. I don't care what you have to say. If you can disrespect the 19s, if you can disrespect the dudes that are playing in the 60s, I can disrespect the guys playing now. There's so much more talent. Man, there ain't who? They are a bunch of jump shooters and layups. A bunch of dudes just dribbling around in a circle and throwing the ball up. Man, get out of here, man. Everything's always better right now. All the time. It's kind of true, though. Let me tell you, man, it's not always true. It's not always true. However, if you're going to say the guy's got more championships, then say how many champions he got. That man got 11 championships. They count. That's the NBA. He's an NBA Hall of Famer. He played at the same time Wilt Chamberlain played. He played with good players. He won. Those are his championships. 50 years from now, are you going to just say, oh, everything's so much better 30 years from now? You don't know. You weren't even there. How do you know how good those dudes were? How do you know how well they could shoot? You don't know. Those guys can play. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, man. In the 1990s, people could play. They were just as good as they are now. But now, in 2000, oh, no way. They was way back in the 90s. Ain't nobody could. Man, you know how long the 90s ago was? The 90s was 30 years ago. And these basketball players ain't a lick better than the players in the 30 years ago. They're not better than the players in the 1980s. I can't see it. I'm just telling you, I don't see how the NBA has any better players now than they did in 1980s. If that's the case, then none of Kevin Durant's rings count. Look, I don't want to keep talking about it. All I'm trying to tell you is the 1990s was 30 years ago. 30 years ago. 30 years before that was the 1960s. It hasn't got any better between 1993, 1990s, and now. Not a lick better. A whole lot of these players wouldn't even be in the league back then because there wasn't enough teams. They're not any better, dude. There's not anybody in the league and they don't even play the same, dude. You don't even have post anymore. You have a bunch of guys running up and down the court shooting 3 points, shooting 3-pointers. That's what it looks like to me. And that's why their ratings suck, bro. That's why their ratings suck. It's every bunch of running up and down, 3. Sport cross over, 3. They're no better now than they were 30 years ago. So why would I say that they were better 30 years ago than they were 50 years ago? It's a basketball, man. Them dudes know how to play, man. And the 80s were sick, man. All those guys can play. Magic Johnson would definitely be taking people's spot in the leagues right now. Definitely. Anyway, King Judah said, the fact that players were better in the past, they played defense and had a mid-range shot, just like boxers in the 80s are better than current boxers. I'm telling you, there's always a current prejudice. Always. Much love in that super chat, brother. Like, people are saying that track and field, that guys are faster now than they were in the 1980s, like, because of the times that they're running. And I'm telling you, I don't believe it. I just think that they got better. I think they have different nutrition. They got better nutrition. And they playing with a different equipment. Hey, dude, by the way, how well you think you're going to shoot on them 1950 rim? Let me ask y'all a question. How well do you think? And this is a basketball player. I'm asking anybody that's a basketball player. How well do you think that people would be shooting from that 3-point rim range if they were playing with the same rims that they were playing with in the 1960s? Have you ever shot on them rims? Them rims that do not bend, those rims that do not break away? You would be missing a whole lot of shots shooting into them double rim steel ass rims too. Yeah, it's a recency bias, no doubt, man. But anyway, you can get up out. You talking crazy, man? Get out of here, man. If I'm talking crazy, just go away, bro. I'm not talking crazy. I was in it. They're not any better, bro. I'm telling you. Daniel Perez, man, much love in that Cash App, brother. Thank you so much for the support. He said, Kambosos style with no true punching power. DH easy. Yeah, Devin ain't gonna win that, brother. Much love in that Cash App, brother. Thank you so much for the support, bro. Thank you so much. Yeah, cast iron. Shoot with that damn cast iron and tell me how easy that ball's gonna go in that hole. Man, my son hates it. Every time my son goes to one of them rims that don't have, he's like, Jesus, the ball, you touch that rim, that ball is going out. That's not the same. It's not the case with these rims these guys are shooting in. So I'm just telling you, man, it's just it's different stuff. Get a guy's credit. And all I'm saying is get a dude's credit for what they did. The dude won 11 rings, man. He won 11 rings. You know what I mean? He won 11 rings. He won 11 rings. If you don't beat the 11 rings, you didn't beat the 11 rings. Tanny P said, I don't watch the All-Star game anymore because it's nothing like back in the days. It was a serious game, and they played hard to bring that chip to their coast. Much harder. And by the way, the NBA looks like an All-Star game. The NBA, the regular season NBA games look like All-Star games looked in the 80s, where they're running up and down the court, bro. If you run faster, you're faster, you sound ridiculous. Boxing by the pound. You are wrong. Do you realize, let me beat you up real bad, real quick, boxing by the pound. Do you realize that Florence Griffith Joyner ran a faster time in the 100 meters than Jesse Owens did? Jesse Owens' world record in the 100 meter was a 10.4. Florence Griffith Joyner ran a 10.46. Do you know why that is? Because of something called cinder, dummy. Cinder. They were running on cinder tracks. They did not have the same material that they were running on. They ran in spikes this long, and it was wood chips. You ever try to run in some damn wood chips? You ever tried to run in sand? Dude, don't tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. I ran track. Trust me. Those tracks make big differences in how fast you run. If you are running on a rubber track versus running on a cinder track, your time is going to drop by half a second. Half a second. Because your foot is gripping. Do you think Usain Bolt can run a 9.300 on concrete in church shoes? No, he cannot. He would never get anywhere near 10.0 if he had to run in spikes this thick in cinder. You're tripping if you think I don't know what I'm talking about. I know perfectly well what I'm talking about. When they change, every time they improve the surfaces of tracks, the times go down because they invest a lot of money in rubber. It went from cinder tracks to rubber tracks to, I can't remember what the red tracks were called. You run faster on blue tracks. Absolutely, positively, dude. They amp up the track itself. And they're running out of blocks. They have better blocks. They have better spikes and shoes, and they have better tracks. And, by the way, yeah. So get up out of here, bro. If you think that these girls are actually fat, that these girls who are running 10.7s and 10.6s are actually faster than the men that ran in the Olympics in the 1930s. Get out of here. You put them in the same shoes, you put them on the same track, you're going to get the same times. Period. Okay? Which is why the long jump record hasn't gone anywhere. The long jump record stays there because that is not the track. That is literally how far the guy has to jump because it is not determined as much by the track because they're jumping off of wood or paint, the same materials. Come on, man. Don't test me on that. Anyway, Arce Powell says, salute, brother. Whenever you speak truth, you're a hater. Please continue. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Am I hating on that? Boxing by the pound? You run faster, you run faster. No, son. No, son. You run faster, you run faster. Jackie Joyner Kersey. Yeah, sure. Sure. You have never ran track. And let me do something where I can say for sure you never ran track. Because I guarantee you, bro, if you have to run on a concrete track versus you going over to that red track, it is night and day. Believe it. If you go from a red track to a blue track, it is night and day. If you're fighting on if you're running on an indoor track versus an outdoor track, it's night and day. Night and day. She was juicing, don't matter. Ain't no way, brother. Trust me. They stripped FloJo? No, they never stripped Joe. She never got caught. I run a sub 10-4 in 100 meter. Congratulations to you, pal. Congratulations. Now go run that shit on Cinder. Pound by the box and go run it on Cinder. I'll pay you money. Get your church shoes. Go run that shit go run that shit on concrete. Go put some football shoes in and run that in grass. Man, shut up, dude. You lying, man, is what you doing. Okay? And do it on AccuTrack. Do it AccuTrack. Not click. Not a click on AccuTrack. Where they actually have the light. Do that. Man, get out of here talking about that, man. It don't matter where you run. Of course, steroids, a lot of track folk are on steroids for sure. But the equipment that you use makes a huge difference. In the pole vault, do you think those guys could pole the high jump? The high jump technology changed. The way they actually jumped changed. They started using centrifugal force and jumping backwards. Also, pole vaults. Do you think that you can with a stiff pole that you can pole vault 20 feet? Get out of here. No way. Because your pole's not going to bend. If your pole bends, it breaks. Man, stop that, man. Anyway, I just wanted to blast you out of that. Don't tell me I don't know what I'm talking about, bro. Get out of here. Technology in track and field has definitely increased how fast you can run. FloJo never failed the drug test, even though she was obviously on it. Corey McGowan said, Dev got the fight 2 times in Australia. I do believe he's got it, unless they do something and they switch up on him. Much love in that super chat, bro. I run a sub 10-4. Great. You and every high schooler in the country, by the way. So now, let me use your 10-4 for an example. At this point in time, if you legitimately ran a 10.4, where does that put you nationwide in the high school ranks? I bet you there's 15 kids in the state of Texas, 10 kids in the state of Texas that can run underneath that. In the 1980s, nobody approached that, bro. Nobody. On a regular basis, Carl Lewis on a regular basis would run 10.2s. 10.1, 10.2s. But he long jumped 28 feet. When they changed the track, his time dipped. You're not as fast as Carl Lewis, friend. Okay? Let me promise you. You put a same dude, Carl Lewis, in the same tech, you're going to get the same outcome, man. Same outcome. People ain't any faster. They just, as a human race, we're not any faster than we were 30 years ago. We're not, as a human race, evolved beyond. Stop, man. Y'all believe crap people sell you, man. King Judah said, people need to stop blaming millennials for all these problems. It's lazy. We are now in our 30s. It's Gen X's and 20 below year old that are soft. Hey, actually, man, no, it's us that's soft. It's us trying to recreate Michael Jordan's. Y'all don't change the rules. We change the rules. Y'all didn't change the rules. We changed the rules. Y'all don't make any rules. The guys in the NBA didn't change the rules. The people in the 1990s trying to recreate Michael Jordan and have everybody dunk on each other and do all these highlight reels are the ones that changed the rules. Because they're like, we want more highlights. More, because it used to be hard to dunk on people in games. No joke. It used to be hard to dunk on people in games because somebody would try to kill you for doing it. But now it's not as hard because if you touch anybody, they're going to call a foul. And you only got 5 fouls, they're going to foul you out. So people can't play defense anymore. So everything on the court gets easier when they call fouls on everything. And they would never call fouls on somebody shooting from 30 feet out. They'd be like, man, you're disrespectful to the game shooting out there. They ain't calling that crap. You know what I mean? Anyway. Terry Smoot said, if you don't run a 10-second, you're considered slow. I mean, anyway. I was 10'8", 10'9" in high school, but 24 in long jump. That's what's up. Still pretty fast. You know what I mean? Still fast. Anyway, I'm done. The rules are dictated by the whiners. Edie, hey, man, I'm done with that, man. With all of that. AJ, 20 in the long jump. 200 in the long jump, 23.8. Long jump, 23.8 is a good long jump. Kids don't jump any farther now than they did then. Regularly, dude, you couldn't even do. Long jumpers were jumping further in the 1980s than they are right now. Unless somebody's come up, man. Anyway, I don't want to talk about it anymore, man. Any more of that, man. Folks scared to contest dunks anyway. I mean, back in the day, they just knock you to the ground, man, and take a foul. They were called enforcers. If you try to run in the league, they'd knock you down. No worries. You know? Anyway, he said, true, elite high school now is 23 to 24. Man, 23-24 wouldn't win state in the 1980s. Elite national is probably 23 and 24. In the 1980s, dude, that's not going to win you. That probably ain't going to win you state. No joke. I don't think there's anybody in the world that has jumped as far as Carl Lewis has in the last 20 years since the 96 Olympics. Since 96, man. It's not going anywhere. Their time, how far they're jumping sucks. You know? Anyway, any case, Fanon, have you ever ran in the pin relays? No, I did not run in the pin relays. Pin relays for the beasts. I wasn't a beast like that now. Have you ever seen another one like Marion Jones on steroids? Man, Marion Jones is a juicer, man. We knew that when she was winning. You could tell, how you could tell Marion Jones was on steroids? The way she long jumped. And the fact she went 22 feet jumping like she jumped. It was like, man, that chick is on juice, man. Was Carl Lewis on juice? I don't think so. Maybe later in his career. Maybe later. I can't speak on it. But not in his prime. His prime, he was just, I don't think so. Anyway, Javier Martinez said, Fanon, if you ever juice to the gills, Ben Johnson couldn't catch the Gypsy King that snatched his wallet in Rome. Carl never failed the test. Nah, not that I know of, man. Anyway, man, but it is what it is on all that, man. Let's get back to boxing. I don't really want to do too much track and field. You know what I mean? But again, man, thank you to everybody that supported today in the Super Chat and the Cash App. I don't think I missed anybody, but I do appreciate you, brother. Look, all those dudes are juicing, man. I mean, dog, come on, man. Track and field is ridiculous. Dude, it's just overloaded with that over there. Overloaded with it. Tyson said it best, juicing in other sports shouldn't be an issue. In combat sports, it should be a crime. Yeah, absolutely, dude. It should be an issue in every sport, man. It should be an issue in every sport. Because it's not fair, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just ridiculous. The only thing more ridiculous than steroids is this stuff where they letting dudes compete in the women's events. You know what I mean? That's where sports is just silly. Like you're gonna have, dude, a second somebody tries that in the WNBA, if the WBA played any, it's like, man, come on, man. Like it's just, and the dudes that do that, dog, there's something wrong with those dudes. You guys got no integrity. Like seriously, you got no integrity whatsoever. A man getting in there and competing with a woman in any sports, shame on you, bro. The steroids are in the meat. Oh, I don't doubt it. Javier Martinez said, oh, exactly. Clothesline the dude. You know, it's just, come on, man. These guys, they don't have any integrity. There's very little integrity in the conversations going on. No joke. Even in the Canelo Alvarez stuff. It's like, man, come on, man. You know this fight should happen. Why are you acting like you don't know this? Like, that's a legitimate fight to be made, man. It's a legit. If this was the amateurs, here's my thing back to boxing, bro. Bow for Pound Boxing said, I got timed out for a friendly debate. What did you say about me? You say you called me stupid or something. That wasn't friendly. I think you called me dumb or something. Boxing by Pound, but much love in that Super Chat, brother. I appreciate you so much, bro. I mean, seriously, bro, if you can't get away with it in amateurs, you shouldn't get away with it in the pros. That's what I think. And if this was an amateurs, Canelo would have no He would have no choice but to fight these guys. If you get there, you win the fights, you get the fights. That's just how it should be. In the pros, you jumping all over the place, acting as if you're not being as competitive as the amateurs. Because he's the money man, he can do what he wants. Because he's taking all our money. That means he can do what he wants. Why? And you guys gotta sit there and be like, whatever you got. I mean, dude, they don't do this in the amateurs, man. They don't do this in female. Hey, honestly, man, women's tennis, I think it means much more to win a major in women's tennis than it does to be an undisputed champion in boxing. I do not put winning undisputed in boxing in a major championship to get undisputed in the weight division. I don't even put that on par with winning a women's major championship in tennis. It's more difficult to do that than it is to win undisputed. Because undisputed is financial. Highly financial. When a woman wins a undisputed, first of all the top players in the world are there. All of them. Because they get in the tournament. They're all there. Serena Williams has to go into a championship and she has to beat everybody in that bracket. And they're in different brackets, but they're all there. And if the person gets there, you have to play them. Period. You have to play them. It means more to win the Australian Open than it does to become undisputed in boxing. Because of the way that people treat boxing. Like, oh, what has he done? He hasn't done enough. They don't do that in tennis. I mean, what do you mean I didn't do enough? I'm the number 5 ranked person in the world. I've done enough to get into this tournament. They're like, well, I don't know if Serena deserves to be in this tournament. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know if he deserves to be in this tournament. Exactly. It's tournament based. However, it's reality based too. That's why I'm saying it is more of an accomplishment. Something that these people do every single solitary year is worth more than what these people say are historic in boxing, which is why I don't buy that it's historic. Because it's not historic. If it's easier to do in women's tennis than it is to do in men's boxing, if it's harder to do in women's tennis than it is to do in men's boxing, then it's not historic. It's not historic. It is man-made, a bunch of fluff nonsense. But guess what? They knew it when Terrence Crawford did it. When Terrence Crawford did it, they knew they didn't mean anything. That's why they didn't give him Fighter of the Year. But when Canelo does it, this is beyond historic. Dude, that's all there used to be in boxing was undisputed champions. That's all there was for centuries. That's all there was undisputed champions. If you were, not centuries, for a century, that's all there was a one champion. That's all there's ever supposed to be is one champion. But they cut these belts all up into a million pieces and then pick and choose who they want to reward for getting it all. Dude, everybody used to be undisputed. What's so historic about it? Well, it's historic because he's the first to do it in this era. You mean in the last 10 years? How long do eras last? 10 years? He's the first to do it in the last 10 years, so he's historic. Man, shut up, dude. You all good, boxed about a pound? You all good, man? I like to show off my tennis. I like to show off my knowledge of the every once in a while of track and field. But I guarantee you, trust me, try to run against somebody in spikes when you got flat shoes on. If the dude can run, you're gonna get smoked. King Judah said, women fought tooth and nail to get trans athletes the right to compete in women's sports. Now they are crying because they're winning. No, women did not do that. Women did not do that. Men did that. Much love in that super chat. No, women didn't do that. Men did that. Men did that. Men did that. Do you know what men did that? White men did that. White men fought tooth and nail for that. White men. That's what Dave Chappelle was trying to tell you. And they tried to run this dude out of the world because he was saying that. He was like, hold on, man. These are white dudes. At the end of the day, that's what he said. He's like, hold on, man. We're talking about discrimination and all of this and that. Dude, you're a white man. And you've created yourself a nice little blanket in order to claim discrimination. So those are the people that are going to take advantage of that. Just like before, most of the desegregation, all of the civil rights, do you know who that benefited? By and large, white women. Because they are now a minority and they can take advantage of all of the law, the court, all of the precedent that was set in trying to end separate but equal and all that. That was used affirmative action. The biggest beneficiaries of affirmative action are white women. The biggest beneficiaries of this consciousness deal are white men. That's who the biggest beneficiary is, because there's a lot of gay white men. A lot that did not want to be chastised and prevented from doing things because they were gay. But dude, they're white men. Not black men, white men. Not Mexican men, white men. They're the ones that are taking advantage of it. It's just another way to split up the pie, dude. And guess what? The pie still goes to the same people. Just cutting up the pie and handing it around in a little different manner. But you're turning around now. These are men that want to compete as women. Period. Okay? Because they say I'm a woman and I don't even want to be a man anymore. I want to be a woman. And that's cancel me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to talk bad or whatever. I don't think anybody should be mistreated or discriminated against. But come on, man, that's what it is. Just look at who it is. There's always been gay white men. Always. And they were discriminated against by other white men. They never cared about black men discriminating against gay white men. And they're the ones that are benefiting the most from it because they're the ones with the money, getting married and doing all the things that they want to do. Okay, you may be right for now, because I never heard of a black man ever saying let trans compete with women. You ain't never heard that, man. Those are men that want to do that, man. And on the real, there's women that don't want that. Whole bunch of women don't like that, man. But they're being politically correct. But let me tell you, when your daughter has to box against a man, dog, I'm serious, man. That's unfair to them. It's just unfair. Flat out, dude, you'll smoke women all day, man. That ain't even right, man. But whatever. I'm just telling you, man. It's just don't put that on. That's why I stick with black people. Like, look, dude, I got one problem to solve. Okay, how do we not get treated unfairly? How do you not mistreat people? Okay, not allowing a man to compete and take everything that a woman has worked for, because now he can decide that you know how hard my daughter trained to play tennis. How hard she worked to play tennis. Now, tennis, if you can't play tennis, a woman's going to whoop you. Flat out. If you can't play, you're going to get smoked. I don't care how big and strong you are. You got to be able to play to beat them top level women, or you're going to get up out of here. However, she ain't beating any of the guys that are Division 3 men are going to win any of those tournaments, man. Donna Williams said, you are good with history, brother Fanon. Hey, I appreciate that, man. Love is the key. Hey, man. Yeah, just go. Yeah, just do it. Look, man, I'm not into what you can do and what you can't do. That ain't on me. All I'm telling you is don't put that stuff on black people. You know what I mean? Don't put that. And I don't appreciate any. That's why I never liked Black Lives Matter. That's why I was like, man, Black Lives Matter can go somewhere, in my opinion. No joke. Like, first of all, go away. Because I read what they were doing. That's not about that. That organization wasn't even talking about helping black people. It's not what they are. They're talking about it's a gay organization. Black Lives Matter. That's what it reads like. Reads like a gay reads like a gay organization. LGBTQ organization. That's what it read like. Like, I know the buzzword and all that sounds good, but that's when I went to their website and I read what they said that they were trying to accomplish, that's what it read like. I was like, oh, this is a gay organization. And then the founders are gay. Most of the top people that participated in are gay. And I'm saying I don't have anything against them. I'm just saying, dog, I'll be all right, man. You know what I'm saying? I'll be all right with that. That's on y'all. Rogue Lee said, I'm not lying. It's just true. It's just the truth. I'm not speaking badly about him, man. Your knowledge is intimidating to the mindset. Hey, man, it's just, Deborah, I appreciate it. Hey, King said, you're dropping knowledge today, brother. I appreciate you, brother. Much love in that super chat, brother. Hunter Young said, yeah, when you read their mission statement, it's clear. It's clear. It's a gay organization. That's what it is. And those are the people, by the way, that now that are saying they're in black leadership. It happened in the fraternities and sororities too. Started happening in the 1990s. Really did after a lot of black men started getting put in jail, right? And the people that were going to college, by and large, are gay black men, are the ones that are joining fraternities and are joining fraternities, right? And so you look at the leadership of them. It's like, and I love my fraternities, but I went back. I was like, wow, this whole college is gay. It was amazing to me to go back to my college and be like, wow, this is a gay school. Like, no, in Dillard in New Orleans. I don't know if it's still that way, but a professor, to the guy that took over the college, it became a friendly place for gays to go to school, and they flocked to New Orleans and flocked into Dillard, and it was just what it was. And again, I'm not saying that that anybody's bad people. I'm just saying that's what it is. King Judah said, Black Lives Matter gains money and notoriety from the deaths of black men, then use that money to help out everybody but black men. Yeah, like the NCAA, like the NAACP. It's no different. It's the same thing with the NAACP. NAACP was not founded by black people for black people. It was not. It was an instrument to take advantage of the oppression of black people and get certain black people to positions of power. But the people that founded and ran it for years were Jewish people. They're not black people. Just because you put that title on something doesn't make it so, Anyway, but like I said, I want to be very clear. This is not me saying I have any problems with Jewish people or gay people or anything. I don't. You know what I mean? It's just what it is. It's just what it is. They market, and then because it's educated people, and you have people that are they all vie to represent the people who are most oppressed. So they always want to be the ones speaking for the oppressed. That's why I've always tell you, I do not like poverty pimps, man. I never rock with Al Sharpton. I never rock with Jesse Jackson. I don't rock with cats that do that, because even on YouTube, man, I'm telling you, whenever you hear it about people that are talking about how they're representing the people and they're doing this for the brothers and all, man, just wait around long enough. Okay, just wait around a little long enough, man. The cats that are really about it, in my opinion, are the ones that go about their business every day, trying to take care of their family, trying to not mistreat people. That's why I'm just such a big fan of Neely Fuller Jr., man, because it's really about yourself and how can you improve your life? You know what I mean? And how can you set yourself in a situation where you can compensate for all the stuff that's going on around you and be more constructive and more productive in your life, right? As an individual. And that comes down to hard work. You know what I mean? Honestly, it comes down to like a military mindset, like a life soldier type of thing. And I wish I would have known that or had that communicated to me when I was young. You know what I mean? But that's what it is. Like, you've got a child. The black people you need to be really concerned about are the ones you either came from them or you gave birth to. They came from you. If they came from you, boom. If you came from them, boom. That's your niche. That's what you take care of. You know what I mean? Xavier Hines said false narrative. What is a false narrative, Xavier Hines? Oh, Jesus Christ. Anyway, said what? They damn near lynched Ice Cube for that entire contract? What you talking about? Donnie Williams said, you are music to my ears and mine. Said, yeah, I appreciate that. I don't do it a lot. And I don't do a lot of this a lot. And I don't want to do it a lot. I just wanted to make sure that you guys understand that I don't have any problem with anybody that is gay. I definitely don't have any problem with anybody that's Jewish or any of that stuff. I don't. You know what I mean? But at the same time, man, like it's always a new trend. You know what I mean? In some way that you're supposed to be acting or some things you're supposed to be doing. And in the meantime, I got a son in the other room. I got a daughter in another city. I got a wife over there. I got parents across town. And I got to figure out how I can handle that. You know what I mean? And that's really what it is, man. The Key said, I thought you was Greek. Oh, yeah. Sin City said, you're like the biased family that I never had, father that I never had. Yeah. Hey, Sin City, you know what you are? You're like the jerk that can't come to the chat anymore. Thanks for the comedy, bro. You're like the guy that can't come back to the chat anymore. Donna Williams said, my mom spoke to us that unbiased approach to life and dealing with others. You know what I mean? Yeah. See you later, Sin City. AJ and RJ in that super chat brother said Neely Fuller Jr. and Dr. Francis Cress Wellesley. Yeah, actually, I'm a way bigger on Neely Fuller Jr. than Dr. Francis Cress Wellesley because I would prefer Frantz Fanon to Francis Cress Wellesley. But honestly, man, you don't even have to listen that many times to Neely Fuller Jr. You just got to get the point. And Neely Fuller Jr., man, and the time that I walk away from that caused me all kind of problems. And then you got to just get right back to it, bro. Devin Wester said, you missed my super chat, but cool, you on the road today. My bad. Hold on, man. Devin Wester, I'm not going to miss your super chat, brother. I'm sorry. I refuse to miss your super chat. I am going back to your super chat. Damon West said, I thought this was Tuesday, not Sunday, but you preaching. Thank you, Damon Wester. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much, man. I'm sorry I missed that. Let me try to see if I can back that up. Let me see if I can back that up and put that on and do that one. Yeah, I don't usually like to do a lot of that, man. I don't do a lot of this. I used to do a lot more of it, but, you know, he said, I thought it was Tuesday, not Sunday, but you appreciate preaching. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, sorry to preach. Don't mean to. I honestly, sometimes it's just a reminder to myself, man. He said, nothing but facts. Thank you, Mike Kirkland. And thank you to everybody that really supported in that super chatter, bro. Hey, he says, Sin City just wanted a hug for nah, man. You like the bias file? You call me bias in the middle of that. I ain't trying to hear you, bro. See you later, dog. Fanon, how did you cross a burning Samus? Did you walk? Did you walk or did you ride? I swam, Nikki. I swam. I swam, homie. Much love in that super chat, Jack Gertland. I swam across the burning sands. The Key said, okay, I got that. Hey, Duke Williams said, I thought this was Haney versus Kambosos chat. I just walked into some ish. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. It is what it is, man. You know what I mean? CRT, Donald Williams said, you know what it is. He said, Keep It Factual said, Xavier Hunt said, Black Lives Matters gives a false narrative. Dude, look, man, there ain't leaders. Those dudes are not, they're not the leaders of the black community. Anybody that puts themselves out there as the leader of the black community, you got to look at them funny. You got to look, because, dude, really, nobody's in a position to lead anybody, man. You know what I mean? I'm a leader. So you want somebody to follow you. That's just for me. I don't, local politicians are the best leaders because they can get your garbage taken out on time. You know what I mean? Like mayors and city councilmen. Like, hey, man, can you make sure this trash is picked up on time? And if you mind, I would love if the water worked. You know what I mean? And hey, it would be really great if you could figure out some way to get some economic, development coming in here without gentrifying and raising up the prices. You know what I mean? Like that type of stuff, man. That's all kind of I am on, man. Hey, Duke Williams, much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you so much, man. David Weston said, come on, man. Take your time. Not a lot, brother. I don't like to do it. A lot. Hey, Duke Williams. Hey, and by the way, thank you to everybody that is supported in the chat and supported in the super chat. I'll go a little bit long today. Say thank you for getting me through this morning. Love the combos. Ramon, hey, hey, no worries, man. Mike said, your knowledge is amazing. I appreciate you, man. I'm old. I told you I'm 53. Been around a long time, dog. Had a lot of failures. You know what I mean? And dog, seriously, man, like, You know what I mean? Hey, Dougal said, keep up the work. I appreciate you, man. The key fam sell you out. Look, man, cats will sell you out in a heartbeat as long as it's something. And I'm telling you, if it's in their interest, human beings will be human beings. First and foremost. I was even listening to the Malcolm X. I'll go a little bit long today. But look, man, I was listening to Malcolm X, the thing that was going on between Malcolm X and Elijah Muhammad. And to me, it is really, really crystal clear what happened. And it's not, I'm not talking about who killed him and all of that stuff. But dude, at a certain point in time, you know, there are a lot of people around Malcolm X that probably got jealous of him. And eventually, Elijah Muhammad got a little jealous of him. And Elijah Muhammad tried to put him in check. And Malcolm X's ego might have gotten ahead of himself a little bit. And you know what I mean? And when egos cross with egos, and there's all kind of people in the ear of everybody, they separate you. And at the end of the day, man, you know, it just winds up being an ugly, ugly situation. And that happens in guerrilla tribes. You know what I mean? The only leader in the black community should be the Lord, Devin Haney. Much love in that super chat, bro. You wild for that, brother. You wild for that. Hey, just a fan. Don't forget about Chicken Talk tonight at 7 Central. I will not. I am there, bro. I cannot wait. Bro. The rest of the earth. You know what it is. Martin, did you see Carrington KO? Oh, I didn't see it. Angie Wise Fool joined again. Thank you, brother. Jay said he was truly enlightened for a second time. Yeah, man. I mean, he's 39 is what I say. Dude, he's still living his life. He's still maturing. He's 39, man. Once I got past 39 and I realized that, dude, Martin Luther King was 39 when he died. Malcolm X was 39 when he died. That's young. They were not even all the way mature, man. As human beings, they were not all the way mature. At 39, you're not, in my experience, as having been 39 many years ago, you're not even really fully all the way there yet, man. You got a lot of, they had not even raised their family. When they passed away, they had young kids. You know what I mean? So even like the time that you mature going through parenthood and becoming somebody who has gotten your children out of the house, that time hadn't even passed for them yet. They had a lot of life left, man. 3 keys for having Devin Haney to win this particular fight. Win every round. Win every round. Win every round. Where's the proof for what? Oh, dude, just Biggie and Tupac were my age. They were younger than me. 30s for most iconic leaders. Yeah, because they ain't going to let you live long enough. They're not going to let you live long enough. But the whole thing is you got to stay alive. Adam Clayton Powell, very underrated. Adam Clayton, of all of the people that were around in the 1960s, in the 1950s, in the 1940s, the number one underrated guy that is talked about the least is Adam Clayton Powell Jr. Most of y'all don't even know Adam Clayton Powell Jr. and what Adam Clayton Powell Jr. did as a U.S. congressman to push education and getting funding for education. Because they took that dude's stuff and gave it to Martin Luther King and then killed Martin Luther King. Telling you, Adam Clayton Powell, very, very underrated leader in the 1960s. What did he do? He was the first black U.S. congressman since Reconstruction. And he was the first secretary. He ran the U.S. Congress, the subcommittee on, he became a chairman of the congressional board that ran education. And then after that, they got rid of him and changed how all of it worked because he was sitting there for so long. Definitely check out, Clayton Bigsby too. Definitely check him out. Fight ready. Hey, let's talk boxing. I'm done with boxing, man, because I'm actually running way over, bro. Roger Mudd, just go look him up. And realize he's a black dude too. Okay, because he don't look like one. Just so you know. You know what I mean? Said the Black Lives Matter co-founder resigned after going on a real estate spree and transferring money to her husband's nonprofit company. I mean, it is what it is, man. Cats form organizations for that, man. People ain't working for free. Anyway, man, look, I'm going to get up out of here. Much love to everybody in the chat. Much love to everybody in the super chat. Thank you guys so much for your support. And make sure y'all come back tomorrow during the live stream for the birthday live stream we got, man. Ali done more for the black community. In a way, there's a lot of guys that have done a lot, man. Spotswood Robinson, Charles Hamilton, Houston. There's a lot of people, man. A lot of people in the professions that have done a lot, man. Anyway, it is what it is. And with that, I'm out. Deuces. Hey, Donna Williams, no problem. We're not going to do this often, though. And with that, and also, Angie Wise Fool, thank you for joining the channel as a member. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.